Peace to the saints. We are back with a conversation based on the Instagram post that was made today. There are a lot of overweight harlots, single mothers, beta male providers, stepfathers, and all the rest of it who felt the need to suggest that it's A-OK and in fact a good idea. It's normal to step into the shoes of another man, in fact, step into the underwear, step into the bed, essentially, of another man and try to pretend to be him and provide for a woman who is dysfunctional and unruly. Very strange. Anyways, we have Anthony here who is interested in discussing this. So I will yield the floor, Anthony, for you to make your initial argument.
Okay, thank you for that. And I'll start off by apologizing. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera. We had it, then we lost it, and I'm trying to get it back as we're speaking here. So, first of all, what you said earlier, let me agree with you. I think being a stepdad is not a good idea. Um, from my own personal experience, it did not work out the way I wanted it to. Looking back, it was not a very good idea to try that or to do that. And I don't recommend anybody else trying it as well. And I do put a lot of emphasis on the women that make the decisions about who they lay down with and have kids with. I think there should be a stronger vetting process. So I agree with you in a lot of what you're saying.
So, what did
Again,
you say in the comments that caused you to be invited for a debate?
right. So what you said in your thing on Instagram, something about men who are stepdads and men who lay down with women who have kids with other men should be hunted down and returned to the soil or something like that. It sounds like you basically said stepdad should be murdered for being a stepdad or even trying to be a stepdad or just getting in bed with a woman who has a kid with another man. So I just wanted clarification on that.
Okay. Do you understand the sentiment of that? Do you understand the purpose?
No, because you're calling for someone to be returned to the soil.
Okay.
So I just
So, are you suggesting that there's never a case where anyone should be returned to the soil? It's like it's
no, no,
always
not
bad.
at no, 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 not at all, not at all.
Okay.
In fact, I'm a fan of yours because the first time I saw you, you were giving this Jewish guy the business,
Okay.
and
Well,
to
we're not even
and you would
speaking
let them
about
have it.
that,
So a lot of
but
people should be returned to
yeah. Okay, cool.
right. So what
So,
I'm
do
saying
you
is
understand the sentiment of what I was saying?
the sentiment.
Yes, do you understand the purpose of why I said that?
No, no, no. That's why I wanted you to go deeper into it and expound on what you were talking about.
Okay, sure. So, for those who are new, perhaps, or those who've yet to catch up, my work online has been chiefly focused on cultural improvement, if you like, and spreading a functional culture around the world as a civilizing force. Every now and then, you'll see that I have particular emphasis on the black peoples of the earth for obvious reasons. To change a culture or to modify behavior, you're generally going to use two drivers. You'll use something that is motivational, pushes you toward it, or you'll use something that is creates a stigma, shuns you away from certain behaviors and certain thinking. Pleasure drives us, pain pushes us away. You know, seeking pleasure drives us, avoiding fear pushes us away from good or bad behavior, respectively.
Uh-huh.
So if I mention that, it's for the purpose of driving certain behaviors. So are you not comprehending that to have punishment for a particular violation would serve to push people away from committing that violation? Is that not clear?
No, I understand that. So what would the violation be?
The violation is to create to okay, so let me rewind this. I'm a systems thinker, so I want everyone to understand that the ideas I'm sharing fit into a larger system. So, the family is a sacred structure, which is the basis of all things. Happiness roots from it, prosperity roots from it, safety roots from it, and much else. The family is sacred. Can we agree that a nuclear family or a patriarchal family wherein all of the children are blood related to the man, and the man is the leader of the family, is the ideal structure, whether he has one or more wives?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So we agree on the outcome. Now we move on to deviations from the ideal and methodologies to achieve the ideal. So the moment that you have unruly women, women who are disobedient, loud, disagreeable, incompetent, overweight, these women are those who will not make good wives. And what's worse than them not making good wives, they'll poison young women, which is their competition, such that they too don't make good wives. So these women must be marginalized so that they do not poison everything and stop us from procreating in happy, healthy families.
Hmm.
Now, when women behave in an unruly manner, when they violate, when they have no discipline, when they're dishonest, when they're rude, when they're overweight, we must shun them and cast them away. They must get no benefits in civil society, which is a patriarchal society, which is to say that you should not sleep with them. Let's say you should not sleep with them. And under no circumstance should you procreate with a woman who has already procreated if you're not the original father of those children. And under no circumstance should you stay with her, get into a relationship with her, or take care of her. Under no circumstance. Hence, the males that do that provide a safety net. They provide a soft landing for a woman who is a despicable character, whose behavior goes against the very ideal that we both agreed on. Hence, at the point in which a beta male or a stepfather supports this kind of woman, he is validating that her behavior is okay, acceptable, and will allow her to thrive and succeed in society. And thereby, they destabilize the natural, normal existence of nuclear relationships. Is that clear?
Understood. Yep.
Okay. So we must punish the beta male. We must scare the beta male such that they do not create the behavior, or rather allow for and validate and support the behavior of the unruly woman that leads to more single family households, more broken families, and ultimately the kids are at risk and they suffer. So that is why the beta male must suffer serious punishment for these filthy violations.
Okay. So you talking more of uh like a medieval time, drag them out into the street, beat them, stone them type thing for
There's nothing medieval about it. I'm just saying that when you violate the laws of a given society,
mhm.
you experience consequences. Medieval is an opinion and a perspective, generally Eurocentric. But the fact of the matter is, when you engage in filth, there should be punishment. In this society, which is overwhelmingly sick, a white supremacist society, you observe when the Epstein class has engaged in filth, which is video recorded, there are no consequences. This is an immoral society. So I'm suggesting that we abide by a culture different than the one that dominates in this country and in the West broadly. And I wouldn't describe having consequences for behaviors that we deem unethical to be medieval. I would describe it as being clear. I'd describe it as being serious in as much as it addresses the seriousness of the violation. It is a great violation to upset the cultural order of a society. When beta males do this in a upright society, they're actually attacking the very basis and structure, the root of the society, which is the family.
So in what culture is it law? Because you mentioned law. In what culture is it law that a man should not lay down with a woman who has a kid already by another man?
If you were following, I'm talking about building culture. I stated that from the very beginning. You see, a lot of blacks, because they're not very strong mentally, strong
Mhm,
physically often, they have trouble coming up with their own ideas. And what
mhm.
really scares people, whites especially, is when you find a black man who can think of ideas, such as yours truly, which is why I'm hated and marginalized. And so what I'm doing is something unique. I'm introducing you to ideas. And sometimes it's hard to accept new ideas and to change.
So you would have a society where it is law that single mothers or men should not engage in any kind of personal relationship with a single mother, a woman who has kids by another man. And that would be a law punishable by death for the man if violated.
We would have a law around men procreating with women who have already procreated with another man.
Okay.
So is that part clear?
Yeah.
You might poke her guts. We look down upon it. We frown upon this kind of thing. We think
Hmm.
it's low behavior,
Hmm.
but it is immoral, but not illegal. But what is illegal is to procreate with a woman who has already procreated with a man.
So let's look back prior generations. Like a lot of our grandparents had multiple um, baby daddies, baby mamas, whatever you want to call them. So in my own family and other folks' family that I know of, it only became a trashy situation, it seems, recently in this society. Before, it was never frowned upon. It was always,
Is that true?
uh, as far as I know, yeah. It seems like the man was always commended for raising another man's child. And men even wanted, especially if it was a boy. Well, hold on, let me finish. Especially if it was a boy, a man would love to take that boy under his wing. And I'm not advocating it or promoting it, saying it's good or bad.
Sounds
I'm
like you
just
are.
saying, no, no. I'm just saying the differences in the times, the difference in the times may be what is making it look worse than what it is or worse than what it has been.
So what's your
So,
point? What's
okay.
your goal here
So
in
my
that
point
comment?
is, let's say 50, 60 years ago, a man would love to raise a boy if something happened to that boy's
Well, that's a
father.
lie, though. That's my whole point. Is that's a lie. So can you first validate that, and then we can proceed from that premise?
Well, my validation is from my own personal experience,
Okay. So
which
are
which
you
may
aware
not
that
be,
your own personal experience is not reflective of the general society?
of
For
course,
example,
that's what I
if I
was
were
just
to
about to
tell
say.
you that, you know what? I love driving because when I go out, my driver, who's driving my Maybach, is they always put on my massage seats and they put on ambient lighting and then they put on the aerated seats with just sends like cool breezes through my body. Driving is such a pleasure. I don't know why people get bothered about traffic. I don't mind traffic. I just open the panoramic ceiling and let the air flow in. Why do people get bothered by driving? There's nothing wrong with traffic. I enjoy it. No, that would be foolish because my personal experience is not reflective of the average person. So
Right.
that's why anecdotes are not useful.
Well, that's what I was about to say. This is from my own personal experience. I can't judge or gauge for the entire country from my own personal experience. I only know what I know, and I only have seen what I've seen. So what I'm saying is, in the current society, we have these terms, baby daddy, baby mama. I'm saying what has happened in our society makes it look a lot more negative than what it really is or what it has been. 50
How do you
years
know that
ago,
it's not negative? What
50
makes you
years
think it's not
ago,
negative?
well, hang on. 50 years ago, baby daddy, baby mama was not a term. It was just if a woman had kids and the father was not there, if she dated another guy, the guy would raise those kids with no problem. And there was no social, and there, well, stay with me. There was no social, I guess, like what you're talking about, um, stepdaddy raising someone else's kids. That's a trashy situation. It wasn't looked at that way back in the day. But now it's a trashy looking situation. And again, I agree with you. I don't like the stepdaddy stuff. I tried it, didn't like it. Wouldn't promote it to anybody. Wouldn't advise anybody to do it. Get your own woman that doesn't have kids.
So why
But
take the effeminate position of trying to create a balanced perspective when we know that the alternative to what I'm describing is less than ideal?
well, no, my whole thing is when you talk about a law that's punishable by death, if that law is broken, I think that's very extreme. Because we have like
I did not
pedophiles.
say that, sir. You said that. I've never
That's
said
what
that
you
during this
said.
conversation.
You,
No, sir, you are incorrect.
you said hunt it down and return to the soil.
That's what I said in the Instagram video. I did
That's
not
why
say
we're
that
here.
during this conversation, and I did
That,
not state that that should be a law during this conversation. I didn't even say it should be a law during the Instagram video, which is, mind you, a 1 minute reel.
Right. So that's why we're having this conversation, because you said that on the Instagram video. And earlier in this conversation, you did say part of your ideas, because you're a person who has ideas, part of your ideas would be a law uh, punishable by death.
Again, you're lying. Why do you keep repeating your lie? You're actually lying, sir.
So
There's no
you do
need to
not.
repeat it. If you repeat the lie, it does not become the truth. It just shows that you are repeating a lie. That's
Okay.
it. It
So
doesn't.
okay.
It
So
does
for
not
clarification,
transform into the truth.
for clarification, you did not say
I
a
already
law.
said I didn't say it, so why do you need to clarify it? I've said 3 times I did not say that, and the record will reflect that I did not say that. I stated that there should be a law and there should be serious punishment when the law is violated. I did not say that the punishment should be capital punishment.
Okay. So you're not saying that now. Okay. What the whole premise of this,
I
the
didn't
whole
say that
reason I came,
before either. So
the whole
like,
reason I
don't go
came
my
on this
song on me.
Instagram is because you said return to the soil. That only means one thing. That means one thing.
Do you think that perhaps because you were living as a beta male stepfather provider that this offended you so much because of that? Yeah, it's funny, but it's not funny, right? Because we're talking about your actual life experience in this
Right,
case.
right. Yeah. So my life
Yes.
experience going through that, um, it triggered me, because I wondered, how can one person have, like I said in the response, how can you have the nuts to say somebody needs to be returned to the soil for something that they did? How can you be so judgmental?
How can I be so judgmental?
Yes.
No, sounds very effeminate of you. I like that. How can you be so judgmental? Do you notice women say things like that a lot? Women hate to be judged. That's why they wear makeup, to cover over their blemishes. In other words, to cover over the truth, because by their nature, they hate to be judged.
No, I've already agreed
You're,
with you.
you're displaying the same nature. How can you be
Uh,
so judgmental? I'll tell you how. You see,
Go.
men are the leaders in the society.
Hmm.
The laws are defined by men. The consequences are decided by men. And the consequences are enacted by men. The leaders are the ones who judge.
Right.
That's how. I'm a man.
But you cannot judge when somebody should be returned to the soil.
I cannot.
You cannot.
I already have.
No, you cannot do that.
I already have.
That's just an idea in your head.
I already have, and I can enact it too.
How can you enact it? You're going to
Now
kill
what?
people yourself? You cannot enact it.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
Do you know
You're
who
going to
Dylan
kill
Roof
people.
is? Do you know
Are
who
you going to
Dylan
kill
Roof
people?
is?
Okay,
Listen,
yeah,
do you know who Dylan Roof is?
I know who Dylan Roof is.
Who is
So you're
Dylan
saying
Roof?
you're going to get a gun and go kill
Listen,
people.
stop it. Who is Dylan Roof?
He's a white guy that went into the church and shot 9 people,
9 people? Can we be more accurate?
9 black people.
Thank
and
you,
they took
sir.
him and they took him to
Now,
McDonald's.
let me
and
help
bought him
you.
food
Now, let me help
afterwards.
you.
I know that.
Let me help you. He decided on something and then he enacted it. We all have the power to enact consequences if we so choose. You'd be a fool to tell me what I cannot do. You have no control over that. You don't even have control over your own libido, which is why you sleep with low women and then raise their children from another dude. So what you need to do is don't tell me what I can do.
You
Bosses
can't.
do what they want.
You can't.
Peons do what they can do.
You can't.
Just as
I'm
Dylan Roof
telling you,
decided
sir.
that he didn't like black folks
I'm
at that
telling
church,
you,
he
sir.
took an action. He took an
I'm
action,
telling
and
you,
they were
sir.
no more. They
You
were no
cannot do
more.
it.
So
You
what you're
cannot do it.
saying is false. You
Go get your
wish,
rifle.
you
Okay,
wish I
go
couldn't do certain things.
get your
But your
rifle.
wishes will not be delivered on, my
Go
dear
get your
boy.
rifle and go shoot
So what I
every
want you to
stepdaddy that
know,
you know.
what I want you to know is that you're a weak beta male, which is why you're here arguing on behalf of beta males. No real man would argue on behalf of stepfathers because they're not a stepfather and they don't
That's
sympathize
not what
with
I'm
it.
doing. You
No
don't listen.
real man who has
don't listen.
morals and was in
You
that
don't listen.
situation would pretend as though it's okay.
You're not listening. Okay, can I talk?
You've been talking, but you've not said
Can I say
anything.
something? Can I say
You've been
something now?
talking, but you've not said anything.
Can I say something now without being interrupted? I've already agreed with you on the stepdad.
Why are you here then? You know this is for debate, young man. Why are you
Right,
here?
because you said return to the soil. That means one thing. You cannot judge and say who needs to be returned to the soil.
Yes, I can.
Nor
Yes, I
you
can. In
enact.
fact, the only people who
Hold
can
on,
make
let me
who
finish,
makes
sir.
that determination? Who makes
Let
that
me finish,
determination
sir.
if not men?
Let me finish, sir.
No, sir. You're not very intelligent at this point. So I'm going to cut you off and I'm going to ask you a question to try to pull
Boy,
out
you
some
full of
meaningful
shit.
information.
Go get your rifle and shoot somebody.
If men cannot
Go
make that
shoot every
determination,
stepdaddy
who
that
makes
you
it?
see.
Who makes it?
Go get your rifle like Dylan Booth.
Young man,
Every stepdaddy
who
that
makes
you
that determination if not men?
God.
Oh, of course. We have a religious fool. Another religious fool. Why didn't God help you during 400 years of slavery of the black Americans? Where was he?
Oh, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
God decides who lives and who dies, is what I'm saying.
Is that right?
What I'm telling you is...
So let me ask you a question. If God decides on that, are you telling me that Dylan Roof is God? One second. Is Dylan Roof God?
Talked enough.
Is Dylan Roof God? Young man, is Dylan Roof God?
No.
You said God decides who lives and dies. Is Dylan Roof God?
Can I say something?
You can tell me if Dylan Roof is God.
Can I say something?
You can tell me if Dylan Roof is God.
Because you're getting very disrespectful. This is no longer a debate. Now
is Dylan Roof God?
This is no longer a debate.
It was never a debate because you're a weak male, which means you don't stand up. So you came in playing games off of, oh, I agree with you. But I'm still here to debate you. That's not manly. If you're a man, you stand up and say, I disagree. This is what I disagree with. You don't play both sides of the fence. You're a fence sitter. You were sitting on the fence. You were sitting on the fence. Is Dylan Roof God?
Who needs to be returned to the soil?
Is Dylan Roof God?
A man can get a gun and go shoot somebody and kill him.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
Dylan Roof is not God. So
is Dylan Roof God? But you said that God decides who lives and dies. So if Dylan Roof made that decision, how's he not God?
That you know.
1 second. You said,
Give me one second.
Stated,
give me 1 second.
Hold on 1 second.
Give me 1 second.
You stated that Dylan Roof decided who lived and died that day. You also stated that God decides who lives and dies. So how is Dylan Roof not God if that's what God decides? Unless you're saying Dylan Roof empowered. It should mean God empowered Dylan Roof to do that.
No. A man.
Well, explain to me. I'm very curious.
A man can decide who dies that day with a gun or a knife or a strangling or whatever.
But you said God decides.
Right.
Okay, connect it for me.
Right. God decides who dies. There is no punishment for God killing somebody. God cannot be punished.
Okay, so did God send Dylan Roof to do that?
Hang on. If you go get your rifle and go shoot every stepdaddy that you know, which I believe is what you're saying.
No, that's not what I've said, but carry on.
You don't have the right to do that, so you would go to prison or you would get killed.
Okay, focus on the actual point, dimwit. I'm asking you, did God send Dylan Roof to kill 8 black people?
Bro, don't start the name calling. Are we talking? Are we having a discussion or what?
Your mind is very, very feeble. You're having trouble staying focused on the topic at hand.
No, I'm not.
The question is, did God send Dylan Roof to kill 8 black people?
No, I don't believe so.
Then if God didn't send him to do it and God is in full control, how did it happen?
Because he got himself a gun and decided, I want to go kill some black people today.
But you said that God controls who lives and dies. Did you say that? Yes or no?
Yes, I said that.
Yes, you said that. Okay, so if God controls who lives and dies and Dylan Roof takes out 8 black people, then that had to have been decided on by God.
So the caveat to that, anybody can kill anybody.
I have a caveat.
Anybody can kill anybody.
Yes. Okay.
At any given time. Like I said, you can go get your rifle.
Yes, but by permission of God, correct?
Oh my God! Can I finish a sentence?
You're repeating yourself. Say something new and meaningful.
Because you keep interrupting me.
Is it by permission of God or not?
I would say no.
Do you realize you don't make sense? This is why I don't debate religious people, because none of you are intelligent.
I'm not religious.
You don't make any sense. You have limited comprehension. That's why you believe in things that are not real. That's why I don't debate you all. You do not understand logic fundamentally. You've contradicted yourself 8 times.
Okay, I see what you do. I see what you. Okay, I see.
Do you think you're not intelligent? But you think you are. You're the height of arrogance.
The same with you, sir.
You couldn't even sign on.
You are exactly what you just said.
We can't see your face because you don't even know how to turn on your camera. You cannot operate basic technology.
All right. Okay. So now
that's how slow you are. You can't operate basic technology, yet you have arrogance.
Boy, you're full of shit.
And that's why and I asked you not to curse before you came on, and here you go.
Man, you're full of shit.
These beta males. These beta males that nobody wants. I got some more things to review with you all. Let me acknowledge the folks supporting the work. Shout out to NF. He writes, I've heard the number one predictor if a child will be abused is if there's a stepfather. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Shout out to King. He writes, first time support, long time respect. Got to support the principles, values, and ideals. Peace of the saints and the family. Peace of the saints indeed. I also acknowledge ARC. He writes, this is the kind of belief that someone with no life experience would have, and it's coming from a proven scammer who tries to copy Andrew Tate. My dear boy, I invite you to come on. I'd love to have the conversation with you. Just send me a Venmo or a PayPal, even for $1, and just include your email address, and I'll let you come on and express yourself. I also acknowledge Michael. He writes, tell the overweight fella to turn on his camera. Exactly. He was too dumb to turn it on. He couldn't figure it out. He couldn't figure it out. And these are the low IQ folks. And only low IQ people disagree with me. Either you're a sexual deviant or you're low IQ. Those are the only people that ever disagree. Shout to Furious. He writes, I'm a stepdad and Saint is correct. There you go. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that we've made errors. We all have made errors. Let me acknowledge some of the folks. And I want to show you guys the other beta male who was supposed to come on. He got scared and backed out, but he wouldn't admit to backing out. And this is very common among beta males. They're the weak, slimy, slithering bottom feeders. They have no morality, no righteousness, no goodness, no strength of character. They're the woman's last choice. And you'd be a fool to exhibit beta male behavior. May I acknowledge, and look at little buddy right here. Look at little buddy. Let me show you. He's still sending me messages right here. These are beta males are weak, psychotic males, and they will always fundamentally hate those men who are strong and capable and attractive and able. Look at little buddy right here. Let me show you how dim-witted this fella is. These are the beta males. No one wants them, right? So he was saying crazy things in the public comments, right? Very disrespectful in the public comments. So then he's invited to a debate. He says, sure, not manly. Men answering yes, no, affirmative, negative. Answers like a little girl, sure. And then the time is provided. He's advised to use headphones. He states that he does not have headphones. Not surprising, he's probably low income, which is also typical of the undesired male. It's agreed that we will allow you to come in while being slightly unprepared. He writes, bet, colloquialism, which you should not use with people you're unfamiliar with. He's provided the join link. Then he writes, hold on, bro. Now, mind you, you're 50 years old. You have gray hair in your beard, calling someone bro. I'm trying to figure this out. Never done this before. Well, how complex is it to click a link? There's nothing really to figure out unless you're dim-witted. Then we write, do you have a computer? And this is really how adults conduct business, on computers, not on mobile phones. Then the doofus says, yeah, I'm getting it now. I was trying to do it on my phone. We don't care that you're trying to do it on your phone because we already know that, doofus. That's why we suggested a computer. Are you not able to use context clues? You'll notice it took a long time. It's been 10 minutes. I highly doubt he has an estate where he left his computer at his guest house and he has to walk out of the main house through the courtyard to get to his guest house and then return back to his private office, right? I don't think that was the case. He writes, I think I got it. And you can notice in the language that he's of low IQ. Now he just got removed from the call for being a fool. And you will notice it states, no cursing or slurs. That was stated at the very beginning. Then he proceeds to start cursing on the live stream, which is what beta males do because they're very emotional and not strategically, just in a very uncontrolled way. And then he writes, boy, you full of curse word. Insults are never necessary. I see you do this for content and for the bait. Good job. Well, here's the comedy. No, if I did it for the content, I wouldn't mind talking to you, but I want to have sincere conversations, and you did it for the clout. You see, you came on and you said, I agree with you. Well, then why are you here? This is a debate, you fool. This is for people who disagree. Now, if we were having a discussion, that could be for people who agree with one another. So you have this guy who's old, low IQ, and just wants attention like a little girl. So he comes on to debate someone that he agrees with. This doesn't even make sense. It doesn't pass a basic test in logic, but I want to review this doofus right here. And again, women often say, Marquett, you don't ever talk about men. I talk about men all of the time. It's just that because women are so illogical, sensitive, and dishonest that they don't pay attention to when I discuss the bad traits of men, because they're always thinking, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And so it's just music to their ears. And we all love to hear music. We don't think twice about hearing music. But when you hear anything that's critical of the female, then it's like screeching your nails upon a blackboard, and that they have an issue with. So this person writes, how do I join? The way that you join is you send in your email address using Venmo or PayPal, and I will return to you a link that you can use to join. Have your headphones on, be in a quiet place, do not curse or use any slurs. Thank you. Anyways, back to this beta male. But as I was saying, the women, they lie and say, I never am critical of males. I'm more critical of males, and it's actually more frequent. But you'd never know it to hear a woman talk about it. Now look at this beta male, and the black ones are the worst ones. Really, they are. Truly the worst, most despicable ones. Firstly, low-class black people, they're really disgusting characters. They almost never have a real name on Facebook. A very easy way to tell if someone is a low-quality person is if they have a fake name on Facebook. Facebook is not for your alias, nor is it for your fake photo. You have this doofus, doesn't even have a photo of his face. So, and then he has this very unattractive cover image. He calls himself the best rapper to ever live. And then he has a YouTube link to a YouTube account that has nearly no one subscribed to it and nearly no views. Yet he is the best rapper ever. Extraordinary. He's in the middle of nowhere, Michigan. And let's take a look, because I think it's worth studying the beta male nature. Yes. And if you notice that anything I point out describes you, you'd be better off not complaining about it, but rather trying to fix it. So we're going to get into this shortly. And anyone who has any contention with what I have to say, use the PayPal or the Venmo, send in your email address, and I will bring you on to have the conversation. The reason that we don't drop the link in the live chat is because we have a lot of degenerates that will use the link for their own selfish purposes, thereby wasting the time of the tens of thousands of persons watching. So out of respect for the audience, we don't drop the link in the public. Shout out to Brad. He writes, Black Americans hate everything about slavery except Christianity. 100%. And they're so lost, and they believe so little in themselves or those like them. They cannot believe in an ideology unless it's given to them by some white man or some Jewish man, and they'll call it Marxism or socialism. They can't believe in a religion unless it's given to them by some white man or some Arab man, and then they'll call it Islam or they'll call it Christianity. But the moment a black man comes up with an idea, then all of a sudden they must really examine it deeply because it's questionable now. This is the truest expression of white supremacy. It is not something that only ails the white man, but ails many. May I acknowledge Mr. Luigi comes in via PayPal. He writes, Peace of the Saints, just received the black box and read through the first 50 pages. The more I read, the more respect I have for you, Mr. Burton. Let's get to this work and make greater things happen. Absolutely. And the black box, I highly recommend to you, because any book written by someone who knows something or has significant experience is worth every penny, because in most cases you can't afford to sit at their feet and listen to them speak at length. A book gives you tens of thousands, in some cases, of hours of that person's experiences and insights. Thereby, it is invaluable. You can never overpay for a book. The book's, I don't know, probably like 12, 13 bucks. You can get on Amazon, type in the black box, Marquett Burton. All of the reviews are 5 stars, and there's over 500 reviews. I also acknowledge Sage. He writes, Peace to the Saints. The saint is only ever correct. If you disagree, stop hiding in the comment section and come on screen. And they almost never do. Remember, my videos are viewed about 24 million times per month. And out of 24 million views per month, maybe 8 or 9 people ask to come on. That's because most people understand the logic, and the other half are scared to get obliterated intellectually. Rightfully so. You should have fear of dangerous things. And then there's a couple goofballs who come on and basically embarrass themselves because they find out very quickly that their ideas are not their own and they're false. Shout out to Ramon, writes, Tuition, Peace of the Saints. I also acknowledge via PayPal, supporting the work, we have Kabi. Okay, he sent in his email address. I'm going to go ahead and return to him the link so that he can come on and express himself. And again, Kabi All we ask of you is that you do not curse, use any slurs, or make any reference to content that is for those who are adults in any way. So I have your email address here. Putting a link to join. And I'm now proceeding to grab the link to copy and paste and send over to you. And you all will observe over many cases that I'm merely a mirror of the other person's manners or lack thereof. Very good. So I just sent that over to the fellow named Kabi. We'll give him some time to join on. Currently, I'm going to carry on acknowledging the folks supporting the work. Shout out to Diaz, supporting using the Stripe link in the description, as well as Gary. I also acknowledge Ernest using the Stripe link in the description. To Mr. Tabbitt, good to see you all again. I also acknowledge Malika, supporting the work by subscribing on Twitch. Thank you to all of the folks who watch on twitch.tv, for Google is indeed a censorship corporation, and so far we've not had any issues with Twitch. Via Venmo, Kalen writes, I always found it head scratching for any man who knowingly pursues a woman without a child. You should mean with, I think maybe you meant with a child or multiple children. Coming across the ism has shown me I'm not off for thinking such a thing. No, sir. In fact, you are a natural man. You are a natural man thinking in the exact correct way, according to what is written on the nature and souls and hearts of all men. May I acknowledge, oh, and he comes right back here. Oh, yeah, he acknowledges his typos. Yeah, and I appreciate when you guys don't have typos because you make me look like a fool for your errors. I don't appreciate that. Reread it before you send it. Dominic comes in via PayPal. He writes, you just mentioned something that will always resonate with me. Don't complain about what you've said. Do something about it. I can't complain on what you said about me being overweight. I have to do something about it. The stepdaddy should be doing the same to better themselves 100%. And what I also acknowledge is, and shout out to Dominic, who's making phenomenal gains in his health journey. And health is the most important thing we have. And at some level, it's something that we always have, and it can be all we have sometimes. We have to take care of it. And shout out to the Saint, and we had the Atlanta section came down to Burton Plantation yesterday. Actually, for the weekend. They came the day before yesterday, spent the weekend, stayed the night. We made them home-cooked meals, had rigorous exercises, and that's at no charge. A lot of these people who think they're celebrities, they charge you for a meet and greet. Hey, $300 to come shake my hand. Oppositely, I invite you into my home, cook you home-cooked meals, and let you stay the night. And this is something that I've done for years on end. So I think you guys can tell that the sincerity and the level of movement is different. I see the gentleman has joined on. His camera's not on. Koba Daba, would you be kind enough to turn on your camera, and then I will bring you on screen? You see, we can't have any people on without their camera because, unfortunately, a lot of you folks are not normal. So Koba Daba, I trust you can hear me. Turn on your camera. Thank you. It's such a basic thing, right? Shout out to Elwood, came in via Venmo, writes, only men who are generally undesirable due to weight, finances, etc., will feel forced to engage with baby mamas. You ain't never lied. Also, we need to make it law that overweight women can't wear cheetah or leopard print. I agree. If you are bigger than said animal, then you can't wear that print. And it's ironic because cheetahs run fast. And we know that big women do not run fast. Shout out to Caleb. He writes, for the men that come on to debate yet sit there and say they agree, we'll never understand that. Well, that's the thing is they're beta males. They're weak males. So they will never look the lion. The monkey will never look the lion in the face. They will always use strategies. They can never be straightforward. And I want you all to know that these are those who are of evil and wickedness. The society that we're in today is one in decline. The idea that you would defend such a state of affairs. Oh, bad sign. Yes, indeed. He says they come for attention. 100%. And it's sad to see men do such a thing. Men. Extraordinary. I think we're caught up there. This individual is still not turned on his camera. Why is that, folks? Why is that? Hey, why haven't you turned on your camera?
Sorry, yeah, is it Marquett?
No, why have you not turned on your camera, sir?
Yeah, my camera's not working, but I actually had a few interesting
Oh, your
points
camera's
to
not working? Your brain is working, and you're a working man, but your camera's not working.
Right.
Right. Well, why is that? You don't have a cell phone.
Do you want to address the question?
Do you have a cell phone? Are you in uni?
Oh my God.
Just real quick, are you in uni?
That immature, mate.
Just real quick,
Right,
are
do you
you
wanna
in
address the point
uni?
or not?
Just 1 second. 1 second, old chap. Are you in uni? Hello, are you there? Hello?
When you want to
Hello?
be serious and actually address the question, let me know.
One moment. Are you in uni? Hello? Hello?
Right, it's Marquez, right? Is it Marquez?
Hold on one
I'm
second,
gonna
old
make
boy.
my point now, and then
One moment, old boy. Are you in uni?
no, I'm not in uni.
You're not in uni? Okay, because,
No.
all right. You know, I'm just taking a piss, old fella. Now, seriously, so you're telling us that you don't have a camera on your computer is that's your lie?
Yeah, this is my work laptop.
You're telling me your work laptop doesn't have a camera on it.
laptop. But
Okay, so you're telling us that you don't.
You're
Just real quick, young man. Real quick. You're telling us that you don't have a personal laptop with a camera on it.
I am at work right now. Yes, I'm calling.
You're
my
at
lunch
work,
break.
but you're
I
not
can
working
speak to
right
you
now.
Briefly.
Fascinating.
No, I'm
Okay,
not
and
working right now.
you're
So
telling
I
me
can make
that
this
you
point really quickly.
you can't call in on your phone that has a camera on it.
Marquez, we can have this conversation.
One second.
Later.
1 second.
But
You're saying
right
that
now, I can
you
only
can't
give
call
you
in
5
on
minutes
your
of my
phone.
time. No, I can't.
Everyone comes online. We don't accept those lies. You're saying you can't call in on your
Okay,
cell phone.
do you want to address the premise of the question, or do you not?
1 second. You're saying that you can't call in on your cell phone, which has a camera on it.
Well, I could technically call on my cell phone. Yeah, of course.
You could, yes. And it would only take 30 seconds. So would you mind trying that? It takes 30 seconds. You just have to click the link. It's a URL.
Since we're on this call now, I've actually used my laptop to get onto this call. It's just a bit cumbersome, you know what I mean? Like, come on, mate.
It's cumbersome to click a link on a
call.
cell phone? Cumbersome is if I
well-
asked you to come and install an HVAC in my East Wing home. That would be cumbersome. Yes,
Cool,
yes.
mate. Listen,
yes, great.
You want to address the point or not?
Why are you being dishonest already?
No,
None
I'm
of
not
us
being
believe
dishonest,
that
mate.
you don't
Alright,
have
cool.
a
Listen,
camera.
I've got a real life example.
The reason that we
I've
know.
got a real life
Hold on one
example
second, young
of
man.
how
The
your
reason that we know
question
you have no integrity
or the premise
is
of the
because you
statement that you're
claim
making is false.
we're not gonna proceed there because you're breaking the basic rules of the platform. The platform is that everyone comes on with their camera on. It's well known. So we know you're lying when you say that you're on your job computer, which shouldn't
Whether I'm
be
lying or
That's
not,
number one.
whether I'm
And then
lying or
number
not, do you wanna
two,
move forward
stop
with
it,
the question
sir.
or not?
Stop it. And then number two,
Yo.
you're saying that it's cumbersome to click a link on your cell phone that'll instantly open up StreamYard and you'll be on immediately within 30
Marcus,
seconds.
you wanna
You're
address the
lying.
question or not?
Why are you
wanna address the
lying?
question or not?
Young
You wanna
man,
address the
we're
question or
not going to let you come on and break the rules here. Why are you lying?
What's the rules? What rules? What's
The rules are that you come on, you do not curse, you do not slur.
I'm not cursing.
1 second,
I'm
young
not
man.
slurring. You're the one
You
that's
do
acting
not
like a degenerate.
stop it. You do not curse, you do not slur. You put on headphones and you turn on your
Listen,
camera.
mate. You've got
And you turn
about
on
how
your
many
camera.
people in
That's
how
very
many people
basic.
are listening to you right now?
That's very
I wanna
basic.
make a
Now,
point very
just
clear.
go ahead and click the link on your phone. Click the link on your
No.
phone.
How about no?
Why are you scared? What are you hiding from?
This is not scared. Mate,
Yes, it
I'm
is.
telling
What are you
I want
hiding
to be
from?
anonymous. I want to be anonymous.
Oh, you want to be anonymous.
I'm
Thank
not here
you.
for no clicks.
Thank you.
I
Now,
don't-
tell
I'm not
me,
here for
why
no
didn't you
clicks.
tell that why didn't you say that at the beginning instead of lying like a scoundrel?
I don't. Who are you?
Why didn't you say the truth at the beginning instead of
Who are you?
lying
You
like a
gotta take what I'm saying at
scoundrel?
face value. You've got to take what I say at face value.
No, sir. I know a liar. Why did you
So,
lie at the
what do you mean
beginning?
lie?
You could
A
have
white
came
lie
on.
about what?
Hold on. No, it's not a white lie. There's only a lie. There's no white
Okay,
lie.
right.
There's no
Okay,
black
okay,
lie. It's just
okay,
a lie.
okay,
You're not a
okay.
man. And you are the type
Right.
that I
I'm
despise.
not a man.
And
You
so
are-
what I'm
you are-
asking
you are
you,
going to
one
tell
second,
me who I
one
am.
second, just real
You're
quick,
laughable, mate.
real quick.
Right.
Why didn't you come on
man.
and say, Marquette, I realize I'm breaking the rules. May I ask for your consideration because I
I
need
don't
to
need to
be a
conform.
hold on one second, just
Right,
real quick, young
right.
man.
Go on.
Even though I'm breaking well-known rules that you
I'm not here for your games. I don't
hold on one
follow
second,
your
young
channel.
man. Calm down, young man.
just saw your
just be
video
silent.
and I
Calm
was like,
down,
right,
calm
this
down,
is
calm down,
ridiculous.
calm down. Just be silent. I'm trying to help you. You are breaking rules that we've had for 7 years. For every
Right.
single caller for 7
At least I've got
years.
guts to call into your show, okay?
It doesn't
Now,
take
I'm
guts to
addressing
call
the
into
point.
a live stream, young man.
I'm
Hold
addressing
on, stop
points that you
interrupting.
have
Just real quick,
that I
young
don't
man.
agree
Just real
with.
quick.
You want to
Calm
address
down.
that
I'll let
not,
you.
'cause
I
I'm wasting
might
my
let
time
you
here.
speak, but calm down. I might let you speak, but just calm down first. Don't interrupt me. We've had the rule for 7 years for every single guest, male and female, for 7 years. If you were an honest man, you could have came on stream and said, Marquett, I know you've had a rule for 7 years and you've enforced it consistently across the board for male and female. I have something that's very important to me. And for whatever reason, I feel the need that I must be anonymous. Would you grant me to express this idea or this question anonymously?
Right, let's run that back. Let's run it back. Right,
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so Marcus, I'm not sure how your operation runs. I'm new to this show, right? I barely even knew your name before calling in. I would like to remain anonymous because, you know, some of the matters that I'm going to discuss today pertain to people that I actually know about.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
And
Perfect.
I appreciate that. Now, may I ask you, why was your instinct to lie?
My instinct wasn't to lie. My instinct
You
was
lied.
to
You said that
take
your
account-
computer didn't have a working camera, and then you said that it was cumbersome to use your cell phone.
And
So
why does
you
that
lied.
matter? That's trivial compared to what we're talking about here. Let's address the matter, please. Are we going to be harping on about this for how long?
No. You see, if you cannot take accountability as a man,
Oh my God.
what you have to say is of little value because I don't respect you as a man. What I'm providing you is the opportunity to
I don't care if you respect me as a man or not. I don't need your respect as a man. I'm a fully.
What are you, a Nigerian in the UK? You're a Nigerian in the UK? Is that what
I
you
don't need your respect.
You're from
Marcus.
Ghana.
I don't
You're
need
from
your
Ghana in the
respect.
UK.
I do not need your respect.
You're from Ghana in the UK? Is that what it is?
Trust me, Phil. I don't need your respect.
Is it Nigeria or Ghana? Is it Nigeria or Ghana?
Don't worry where I'm from, but you.
Which one is it? I know it's only one of those two. I know for sure. I'm at 100% certainty. Is it Nigeria or is it Ghana?
I don't care.
Is it Nigeria or Ghana?
You want to address the point of the question.
I know you're thinking, damn, how's he know that? How's he know that? Anyways, before we get started.
No. I know how you know that. I know how you know that.
Oh, how do I know that then? Wait, how do I know that?
It's very simple, actually. My email.
Okay. How is it? How do I know that?
Right. Do you want to address the point of the question?
Okay, very good. We're going to get to it as soon as you admit that or explain why you lied or just apologize for lying. One or the other.
I've already explained, mate. We've already gone over this.
Okay, well then apologize for lying and then we'll carry on. Apologize for lying and we'll carry on.
Apologize for what? Like, mate, I'm not a kid.
You are a kid.
I'm not one of these.
Because a man wouldn't have lied. No, you are a kid. No, I asked you to not curse before you came on. Why are you cursing? You already knew the rule was not to curse before you came on. So why are you cursing?
Okay. For the YouTube algorithm and whatnot, apologize for saying what I said, okay?
You're saying in terms of the lie or the
I don't
cursing?
follow your channel, mate.
Just real quick, are you apologizing for the lie or for the cursing? Just real quick, are you apologizing for the lie or the cursing?
I'm apologizing for cursing.
Okay, now are you going to apologize for the lying?
I did not lie.
You did. You said that it was cumbersome to click a single link on your cell phone.
Okay. All right, cool. So clearly you're not man enough to just move on from this and like, let's just have this conversation.
In fact, it's because I'm a man. No, it's because I'm a man that I will not let you carry on without being accountable.
For your ego, I will apologize to your followers. For your ego, I will apologize to your followers so that we can get this conversation over and done with, okay?
Don't worry about the followers. Worry about you and I. No, worry about you and I. This is not about the followers. For you, it might be about the followers because you're a clout chaser. For you, it might be about them. Why are you cursing again? Why are you cursing again?
Wait. No, you know what? Let me tell you.
You just cursed for the second time.
I don't like how you use your platform.
Why are you cursing again for the second time?
I don't like
Why are you cursing again?
I don't like how you're using your platform.
Young man, apologize to me because you lied to me. Apologize to me because you lied to me. It's simple.
Right. Let me tell you something.
Apologize to me because you lied to me.
Right. Okay. Look at you. See this?
Apologize to me.
Ego. You
No,
have a
apologize
fragile
to
ego.
me because you
Okay,
lied to me, and then we'll carry on.
sorry, Marquez. Sorry. Yeah?
For lying, right?
Sorry for lying, mate. Does that
Okay, fair
help?
enough. All right, now let's proceed.
Yeah?
What do you have to say, sir?
Right now. So I disagree with the premise of your statement about
Okay.
we shouldn't have stepfathers, right?
Okay.
I believe number one, we have an epidemic in the UK and in America where a lot of single mothers don't have men in their lives that are willing to be responsible fathers to their kids, right? So not having stepfathers further exacerbates that, and you know that, right? I myself personally am not the type of person to go after a woman that has kids, but I'm not going to knock any other man that is, right? Because it takes a lot of fucking sorry for my
Jesus
language.
Christ.
Sorry,
That's
sorry,
the third time,
sorry.
you doofus. How many times do I have to tell you guys? Like, how many
Listen.
times do I have to tell you guys? Low IQ. Low IQ every time. How many times do I have to tell these people? Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. You see, I really want you guys to understand that only evil people have an issue with what I have to say. Only evil people. They're degenerates. They're low class. They're low IQ. They're low quality. I warned you before you came on. Don't curse. Don't curse. Don't curse. You heard me warn another guy. Don't curse. Don't curse. Don't curse. Then you come on. You start lying straight away. I even allow you a favor. Then you curse. I warn you. Then you curse again. I warn you. Then you curse a third time. And then you're mad at me because I've removed you. These are not men. These are boys. That's why he had so much trouble when I held him accountable for being a liar. Now, here's the irony. They insult me, but I'm a man of integrity. It's the wicked that, so hate those who live positively and teach goodness. Oh, they hate it. Oh, they hate it. My goodness, they hate it. Extraordinary. Anyways, and I still want to address this other beta male. If there's anyone else who would like to call in, I'm giving out deals here. The only reason that I have you send your email via PayPal or Venmo is so that we can verify your identity so that you don't do anything lewd. That's it. I'm not trying to make money $1 at a time. I used to drop the link in the public chat. It's just that there are too many weirdos on the planet Earth. And the internet is a haven for weirdos. It really is. Anyway, shout out to Das, comes in via Venmo. He writes, Peace of the Saints, MVP published. Congratulations. As you guys might know, I teach a course on how to use AI to create mobile and web applications. One of my students has just published an application to the App Store. So congratulations to him. It's a no coding, no experience needed course. And not only do I teach how to create the application, I teach you how to make money off of it. If you'd like to improve your future, school.com, that's SKOOL.com/Marquett, MARQUETT. You can click the classroom link, or you can go to school.com/Marquett/classroom. And the course is called How to Create Your Own App with AI, No Experience Needed. He comes in via Venmo. He writes, I'm now waiting for the next practicum to receive feedback and suggested next steps. I really enjoyed creating it. Even though my lack of experience made things a bit challenging, it was highly engaging to invest in my own financial future. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm going to make a note. We're going to have another practicum soon. This is a huge value course because it's not a pre-recorded lecture. Make a note here. And I want you guys to understand what I mean when I say practicum. That means that just like I'm live right now, it'll be me and you and 30 other students live. We're building tech. We're operating as a startup. We're teaching you how to run your company. We're teaching you how to actually push this thing across the finish line. You guys are sharing what you've built. We're giving you feedback in real time. We do everything together. So it's a hell of a learning experience in a beautiful way. And also you can watch all of the previous lectures and information. So if you are wise, you'll do it, because if you don't understand AI in the future, you're going to be confused and broke. Terrible thing. Terrible, terrible thing. Anyways, shout out to Daz. He comes back via Venmo. He writes, Mr. Burton, I'll be getting my ticket to the Big Game Conference soon. I'm looking forward to shaking your hand and being able to unplug and recharge in the company of great men. Peace of saints. Yes, indeed. And we, I hope to be able to host all of you guys at some point at Burton Plantation to unplug and recharge. As I said, the Atlanta section came down free of no cost. They were here for the weekend, stayed the night. And we, had some great workouts, a lot of boxing, and even had some foot races. And shout out to those boys who thought that they could see the big homie. Shout out to Frank, comes in via PayPal. He writes, tuition for the game, big homie. Sass in Houston. Shout out to the Saints tapping in. RTBLA writes, peace to the Saints. This beta male is an echo room. Sounds like he's speaking from the bathroom. Hate to be him. Oh, Brody, me too. Das comes back via Venmo. He writes, got to get my question in for the live. What do you play to work out on for your 30 minutes of sweat? Shout out to Sass in Carolina. You know what? It depends on the mood. Sometimes I play nothing. If my brain is overwhelmed and I just need to decompress so I can get back to work, sometimes I don't play anything. It all depends. Shout out to Mr. Chapman. But one thing I'll tell you that we did play this weekend is we played the Marquettism album. It's our reggae album. You can find it anywhere you stream music. The Saint in the Center, beautiful reggae album. A lot of different artists on there. Such impactful, motivating music. Anyways, Mr. Chapman comes in via PayPal. He writes, it never ceases to amaze me how people demonstrate a lack of honor, but still feel entitled to speak on your platform, right? It's like you paid $1 and you feel like you have the right to speak to tens of thousands of people despite being unqualified, breaking all the rules, being uneducated, and having no name anywhere, not even on the internet, just anywhere. Not even, I go knock on your neighbor's door, wouldn't know you. But this is the effeminate thinking of beta males. The beta male is a woman without womanly parts, which means it's a being of no value. Huh? Come on now. And that's why they end up with lonely mothers, you see, because that's all they can get. D-Dots writes, peace to the Saints. Quick question unrelated to this live. But if you are new to boxing 1 month, I want to compete amateur. Do you think it's best to take 1-versus-1 classes? Real boxing is not done in classes. It's done with a trainer. So you'll need a boxing trainer. And I advise you to get someone who really cares about you. And I mean care, like cares for your health, your life, and your success. And they believe in you. It's not easy to find. He writes, or as group classes. You could take some group classes, but think of those more so as something that's focused on conditioning, which is hugely important in boxing. But if you want to get good at boxing, you need a one-on-one trainer to make sure that you're snapping the jab correctly, make sure you're keeping your hands up, to work the mitts with you, to work on all of the things that are unique to you. Gentleman writes, my goal is 3 fights by December this year. That would be very active considering that you're 6 months away from being in good shape and having what I like to call the appropriate meanness to be a proper fighter. You see, once you learn your technique, you learn how to turn over a punch, you still have to learn how to take a punch and how to smile while taking punches and become meaner and more determined because somebody hit you. And that meanness takes a little while to cultivate if you don't have it naturally. Shout out to Mr. Gardner. He writes, peace of the Saints, Sass in Carolina, coming in to show support. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you. Now, I acknowledge Mr. Brown. He writes, peace to the Saints, new saint here tapping in from the Chicago section. Peace to you and all the saints around the world. Absolutely. And shout out to Sass in Africa. Shout out to Sass in Asia. Those sections are building up right now. Great leadership over there. Shout out to Sass in Europe and all of the gentlemen around and ladies around the world. I also acknowledge Ray. He writes, accountability for women and tethers, not foreigners, is like raid to roaches. Oh, indeed. And the funny thing is the dude didn't even want to acknowledge his heritage. He really wanted to be anonymous. Now, the funny thing is, these folks are lying because we can recognize your voice, my dear boy. The future Ricky writes, live debate. Okay, so he sent in his email address. He has something to say. I'm going to go ahead and, like the last fellow, I'm going to reply to you with the link to join on. And per usual, we require that everyone turns on their camera. We require that everyone respects our rules, which include not using slurs, not cursing, and not referencing things that are inappropriate. So you now have the link to join. And please do not ask me for accommodations. I don't know anyone that's calling in. We're not friends. We have no connections. I owe you nothing. Do not ask for any favors. I have no favors to give. And the favors that I do have to give are for the members. If you're not a member at peacetothesaints.com, I literally do not care about you at all. In fact. Anyways, shout out to Jasper, comes in by PayPal. He writes, The stepfathers are definitely a part of the problem. If women knew that by having a child, it would end any future romantic options, they would be more cautious about whom they lay with. Stepfathers are enablers, 100%. And that was beautifully stated. I appreciate those who know how to use language and logic. I also acknowledge Kayland. He writes, question unrelated to the topic. Given what's happening in the world and its impact on oil, would you advise against international travel? No, I would not. I'd advise against international travel to places that are currently at war or might soon be swept into war and are within the range of Iran or Israel. Otherwise, I think you'd be good to go. You know, the truth is that we should never put our lives on pause. Unfortunately, due to the Europeans and those of European ancestry being on the planet Earth, it'll never be safe. As long as they're operating, it'll never be safe. So you have to get on with life. Shout out to Caleb. He writes via Venmo with the baller alert. Peace to the Saints. Tuition, Sasson, Carolina, showing up in a real way. It's a beautiful thing. Shout out to the ballers. Shout out to Sasson, Carolina. I see they pulling up. The executive pulled up. The ballers pulled up. Love to see it. The young man who claimed that he wanted to come on, I sent him the link to join. He's not showed yet. Well, that's some good water right there. That's well water, gentlemen. That is from my well. That is delicious. That water did not ever go through plastic or anything of the sort. That is good well water. You know, the funny thing is that these degenerate single moms, these unruly women, they've not come on to speak. It's been their beta male providers who have come on to represent them. Now, these beta males will never do this in real life because they're cowards and they're weak. And that's why they're undesirable. But it is funny that they've come on to be heroes for these undesirable women. But I shouldn't say undesirable. I should say less desirable. You see, the men are undesirable. The women are less desirable. It's kind of weird that old boy requested the link and didn't come on. Okay, I think here we got him right here. What's on your mind?
How's it going, Saint? How you doing?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I just joined your live chat. I saw the last live of you going crazy on some dude with some prostitute 80-year-old lady. So I was like, let me check in another live. And,
You can't say that word with the P.
oh, sorry about that.
Think nothing of it. Carry on.
Gotcha. So yeah, and also I see that you're talking about stepdads. I'm a stepdad, so I want to chime in. I don't know exactly what your main argument or gripe is, but I'm willing to hear it.
You don't have an argument, or?
No, I don't know what your argument is against stepfathers. I just know that you were talking about stepfathers.
Sure, no problem. I'd be happy to share it in short.
Sure.
Number one, most women, 99.9%, end up as a lonely mother because they are unruly and they're incompetent in some significant area of what it is to be a woman, or the term we like is wife mother. Due to their incompetence or unruly, disrespectful, rude nature, they end up being a lonely mother. The stepdad is the beta male who comes in to support her in her wrongdoing, to provide a soft landing to the crash that would otherwise occur based on her bad behavior, thereby creating a system that supports bad behavior as opposed to punishing it, and thereby reducing the instances of a woman being a lonely mother. Now, let me say this. Does that mean that stepdads are bad people or evil people? No, not necessarily. Are they doing evil? Oh, probably. On a systemic level. On an individual level, no. They might do a great thing for that child, especially if the child is a boy. But on a systemic level, they do a great evil, and there's a lot of data that also indicates that stepfathers are generally a bad thing as opposed to two biological parents. And when you remove the stepfather as a safety net, you increase the likelihood of women taking seriously their initial pregnancy and the first man they decide to be with. I yield the floor.
I think, all right, now that I've heard your full argument, I
It's not the
think,
full argument. It's a little something for you to respond to.
the appetizer, got you,
Yes,
got
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
I got you. All right. I think, I think you're correct systemically. Because obviously I'm going to defend individual as myself, right?
Sure.
But you know what? Let's have a little fun with it. Let's see how smart I can be.
Okay.
Let's challenge your systemic wise, right?
All
So
right.
in my personal case, my fiance now, who's now going to have my child as well.
All right.
I came into this child's life when she was very young. So she basically looks at me, even though I'm her stepdad, I am the authority figure. I am the man of the house. I pay all the bills, etc. Right?
All right.
So I get the respect that I could have gotten with a woman who didn't have a baby, right? But in me becoming the stepdad, I'm helping out a little girl who, if she didn't have that father figure, might go out there and hit the pole or hit the block, you know? That's my I might be helping out, you know?
You might be. No, there's no doubt about that.
Okay.
You go by Ricky, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so that's my main, I guess that's my main rebuttal against it. Like maybe
Okay.
actually this might help systemically all these girls doing what they doing, you know?
So you're saying in terms of the children.
Yes. I think a strong man at home would steer the correct path.
Okay. So again, we're talking in terms of the system.
Yes.
And would you agree that the ideal outcome is to prevent the creation of lonely mothers, also known as single mothers?
Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
So you would agree that the more that they are stigmatized, shunned, and left alone and not dealt with, then we'd probably be able to reduce them in number of.
I don't agree.
Okay,
I
I'm
think,
listening.
and the reason I say that is because I think there are a lot of men who, maybe not a lot of men, but there's a certain section of men who are attractive enough and understand female how women move, and they can just run through them, right? I know you're one of those type of men. I'm one of those types of men. I could run through women and no problem, right? And they would have no chance in stopping me from impregnating all of them. It just they wouldn't have a fucking. Oof, I'm sorry. That's the second time. I apologize. I know you got 3 strike rule. I'm sorry about that.
Sure.
I'm from New York, so
It's really a one strike rule, but carry on.
Oh, I apologize. All right. So I appreciate you actually keeping me on as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I would just be running through them, and that number would still happen because men will do what men do. How do you feel about that?
So I just want to recount what you said to make sure that I've fully understood. You're saying that men who are desirable to women will run through them, and as a result, the number or percentage of single mothers will not be impacted by us eliminating the beta males who deal with single mothers. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that number won't dwindle. I think the shame will just. I see that women these days don't have any shame anyway. So us shunning them and shaming them, some loser out there, right? Like you could say, like myself, right, is still going to do the thing that we're saying that we shouldn't do.
Okay.
So we could shun
So-
publicly, but again, sorry.
Okay. So let's say, just hypothetically, if you were if your life was taken, right? So then you wouldn't be there to do that. So then we have the beta male is literally removed. And also if the woman knows that there's harsh punishment for the beta male who steps in, and more importantly, there's very harsh social sanction around women who become lonely mothers, then it'll be a much lower rate. And we can look to 2 things. We can look to a contemporary example, and we can look historically. Historically in the United States, being a single mother or a spinster was very much so frowned upon, and that's why it existed a lot less. And it was largely driven by Protestant culture. If we look at other societies, maybe in the Arab world, you would see this, or even in, let me not go too far, but let's say in the more strict Muslim world, you're very much so shunned for being a single mother. And in many societies, including Japan, you can't operate effectively as a single mother, a woman who doesn't have a father or a husband representing her. And because of that, women behave better. And
Yeah.
in the case of the Middle East, and including Israel, you'll see that they have higher levels, higher birth rates, and they have stronger families and more successful marriages. So the evidence is very clear that when you shun bad behavior, it's less likely to occur. And if you add on punishment for the beta males, and beta males are weak, cowardly beings, you're certainly going to be able to modify human behavior.
I can't disagree with the benefits of the nuclear household. I 100% can't. That would be idiotic of me to try to do that. Um, hmm. Okay, so your point is also right. I challenge you then to getting rid of the said beta males, right? Because do we mean getting rid of as in like forcefully, or are we talking about by law? Because like there's like I'm not being super tough guy, but there's not many men on the average who can handle men who can fight, who can shoot,
Sure,
etc. You know.
sure, absolutely, I agree.
So
I
how
think
do you say yeah?
I think that it should be scaled up, and it should eventually lead to a year in prison, hard labor. So I think it should eventually lead to a year in prison, hard labor. You know, something
Ooh.
that's akin to slavery. However, before that and leading up to it, I think social sanctioning will work very effectively. And cultures change,
Hello, how's it
and
going?
I'm looking to push the culture in a particular direction. When I was in high school, if you were known to be a video gamer, people were like, "What's up with bro? Bro, weird as hell. Like if you don't go pick up a basketball and learn how to play hoop, like if you don't
Yes,
knock it off."
yes.
Whereas now people are like proud of that, and they call themselves gamers. And I'll tell you what was even more weird. You never hear of a girl or a female playing video games. That was unheard of. Whereas now you have that. So that's an example that culture changes. And it is among the leaders who are most intelligent and moral to steer culture in the right direction, lest it be manipulated by those who are degenerates, which is what we're seeing today.
Mm, that is that is 100% true. We have drifted into a. I'm. I apologize to anybody who's watching who's expecting like a bloodbath. I actually agree with a lot of Marquette's points. So I just wanted to address the audience. I know entertainment is entertainment sometimes, but sometimes it's good for two men to have a good conversation, you know? There is a man out there who's like me who is already in the situation. And no matter what anyone says or what anyone will do, would always take care of what he said he's gonna take care of, you know? And in that situation. So when it comes to their point about how culture 100% changes, but sometimes those nuances are what keep things real. When we have 100% conformity, we don't have the main idea of what we think America is, which is you do as you want done to others. And you know, I guess I don't want to say certain words, but we have this type of fluidity that a place like Japan or a place like in some of the Muslim countries do not have. And we appreciate that as a whole here.
Well, I think we mostly appreciate that because we've not visited Japan.
I,
Yeah.
I've been to Japan. I've been to
Sure.
Kyoto, Osaka.
Yes, yes, and I think Japan also has its flaws. I think Japan is suffering from matriarchy as well. It's rather disgusting, and that's why their birth rate is so low. Anytime you have women out of place, they get mentally ill, and then they stop birthing children, and then the society begins to die. And I think we can all agree that dying out is an L. But but in terms of safety, technological advancement, cleanliness, educational attainment, and quality of life, we'd have to respect Japan greatly, as well as a number of other societies. And again, when I make these pronouncements, I make them for the good of the society, with respect to the fact that in the greater top line statement, it will, you know, hit harshly in some rare cases where it's unfortunate. Like, for example, if there's a woman who is a widow, right? This is very rare. This is very rare. So certainly a woman who's a widow might receive social sanction because she appears to be a lonely mother when in actual fact her husband, you know, passed away for whatever reason. And that's unfortunate, but that's the very rare case. In other cases, there may be a man who steps in as a stepfather and he offers such a value add as a stepfather to that child and that child is able to become something in the society that benefits everyone. That's a major value add, but this is much less often the case. And so as men, we have, especially as lawmakers, we have to deal with what is most likely as opposed to what is the exception. Most likely, single mothers are unruly. Most likely, stepdads are beta males. Most likely, a woman is not a widow. And so we're dealing in what is common, not in every case, because you cannot make law based on every case. I yield the floor.
Yeah, I would 100% agree when it comes to, when we're making laws and we're making strides or structure for the future, we can't base things on individualism. It doesn't work that way. We're not here for just one person. And I guess my argument is I'm arguing for the individual. And I guess if you would, I don't know if you would use the word concede, but if you would concede that they should be dealt with on a case by case versus like an umbrella where like we chop off everybody, or versus like, all right, we're gonna deal with we have these terms that you need to fit, and if they don't fit, then so be it, you know?
No, I would say that a year's hard labor in every case is the consequence. Now you violated before the law came into effect, and laws are not enacted
Yes.
retroactively. So once the law is in effect, then you can teach your offspring to abide by Sasson law. And what you did is what occurred before the revolution. But the truth of the matter is that we all know, and I believe you included, that the ideal outcome is that you would raise those of your own flesh and blood. This is not to say there's anything wrong with adopting. In fact, I think adopting can be a noble thing. There are some persons who can't have children. The woman is barren or the man is shooting blanks. You can adopt. Very good. Or if someone's parents die in a car crash, you can adopt. But generally, where families are strong, adoption is not necessary, because if parents were to pass away, then you have uncles and aunts and so on, and cousins. So a strong family is something that has been done away with by modernity and, more importantly, government. And that's what we're seeking to rebuild.
Yes, 100%. I think I see it, or I would have to agree with you. Yes, I would have to agree with you again. I see it on that term because my mother definitely she adopted a couple of girls when I was a young man. And I saw how it changed their lives because my mother's former NYPD as well as my dad's LAPD. They changed their
That's a
lives.
crazy combination right there, boy.
Insane. And I grew up in the projects, right? So like everybody thought I was a snitch and I'm fighting all the time and all that. But
yeah,
my life has changed. I live in Georgia now. I'm a firefighter. Life has changed. So whatever. Yeah, I grew up, we adopted kids and it changed their lives for the better because some other guy couldn't step up. And it's unfortunate that we have to clean up the trash of somebody else. But I feel like, again, because it's just me, I feel like that me being here for my stepchild, who I treat as a child, is 100% benefiting her life. She's going to be a great asset to society. And so, yeah, I have no argument with you then.
Sure. And that may be 100% true. And I really do sincerely hope that is 100% true. Absolutely. So, I really do hope that's 100% true. And that would be of great benefit to that woman and to that child. So, yeah. And I wish you well with that. And so you got one in the oven right now?
Yeah. So we got one in the oven. It's killing my pockets, but it's okay. This is what we're here for. What we're here for.
You got a girl or a boy in the oven?
Girl, and we don't know if it's a girl or boy in the oven. We don't know.
Oh, no
so
kidding.
One girl,
okay.
And the oven just started preheating.
Yeah, to be determined. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, what are you looking to have?
I'm hopefully a boy, and like you said, raise him the correct way. Make him strong. Put his butt in karate as well. Okay. Just do the right things.
Not the karate, my boy. You put him in the karate.
You start him out karate, and then you move up to taekwondo, and then you put him into Muay Thai, Krav Maga. You build him. You build him up. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Anything else you want to share?
Not at all. I appreciate you for having this discourse with just people on the internet. It's great.
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially to be able to reason if you're coming from different perspectives. And in the case of this conversation, I think that it provides some meaningful context. I think especially the sensitive people really wanted to hear. The sensitive people like, oh, he's not so bad. But the truth is that I trust you're probably raised with some measure of discipline, being
A
that
lot.
both of your parents were in law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
And if you had a parent in the LAPD, I know they know how to whoop ass. Like I know personally.
Yes, he does.
So, that being the case, it's probably improbable that most stepfathers are of your caliber. And the worst thing we can do is to think that most stepfathers are like you or most black guys are like me. So in acknowledgement of what is likely, the Marquettism is for the kids. Marquettism saves lives. Tap in with the section, man. You say you enjoyed your tap in with the section. You got to come out sometime.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace of sense.
Peace.
Nutty Buddy, what are you still doing here?
Hello?
Nutty Buddy, what are you still doing here?
Wait, you talking to me?
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Are you
Well, I actually
talking to me?
I actually came.
Are you talking to me?
Trying to have a
No. Hold on.
So,
Hold on. Hang on. You guys say hang on, not hold on. My fault. Hang on. Are you talking to me? You can't even control yourself. Why do you curse like that?
do you want to run? Do you want to run it back, or what are we gonna do? Like, what do you want to do?
No, why do you curse like that?
Can you
I
hear me?
gave you a chance. You begged and begged and
That's
begged
just
to.
part of my.
You begged to address the argument, and I yielded the floor for you to address your argument, and then you started cursing.
Right, no, because we were going back and forth, and it was just like unnecessary. Right, we weren't.
No,
getting
at the
anywhere.
point in which
But
you had cursed,
if
you were talking by yourself. It was a monologue.
okay, all right, cool. I apologize for that.
Okay.
Do you want to have this conversation?
Give me a second. Let me acknowledge some of the folks who support the work. Shout out to Melvin, came in by Venmo, writes tuition. Appreciate you. Daz came. He writes, Saint, for inspiration, do you mind sharing a short story of your first business that you started and how you pushed it across the finish line, even though it was your first time business? My first business was in illegal drug sales, and it did reasonably well. I'm glad I got out of that business. I started when I was 11 years old. You can read about this kind of thing in my book, The Black Box, which is a masterwork, and it's a true story. Unlike most books, you can get it on Amazon. Type in Marquett Burton, The Black Box. That was my first business. My first legal business was a software company that ultimately was not successful. It was a great product for the consumer, but they didn't want to pay for it, which is critically important. But I made money from it. In fact, recently I owned a domain from that initial business. I just recently sold it for like 4,000% of what I paid for it. So it was really cool. But what you guys have to understand is you will not win at every business. Many of them will fail, probably most of them. But what I didn't have when I was starting, YouTube didn't exist. There was not easy access to experts and people with experience. And I think that would have benefited me greatly. Thank you for that question. For those of you who would like expert support, you can go to peacetothesaints.com. You can book a consultation, or you can go to school.com/Marquette. Click classrooms. I have one on product-based business if you want to create products that are tangible. I have another one on AI if you want to create products that are digital. Thank you for that question. Shout out to Elwood. He writes, single mothers, you're all baby mamas to those who are not the father. He ain't lying. He writes, for men, women who are just for fun or for recreational use only are not even worth the time, energy, or money. This man is spitting. All of those finite resources are better spent building yourself and your would-be family. Peace of saints. Elwood, you the homie, man. We got to be friends. This man is speaking facts. Shout out to Luis. He writes, as a professional musician, I have to say, Mr. Burton, your reggae album is a masterpiece. I appreciate that, and that really means a lot. We really erred on making sure that the musicality and the message were both at a high level and with great respect to make sure that everything was authentic reggae. Even if you look at the linguistic structure, everything is very authentic, and that comes from a lot of folks who are Jamaican. Shout out to Taylor. He writes, I truly can't understand people that defend weakness and ignore truth. Keep teaching, Saint. I want to see your ideas rule the world. A lot of what you hear in the ism is being co-developed by you all. The real saints, those who are members at peaceofthesaints.com. We've been doing this for years now. Shout out to Mr. Chambliss. He writes, this person may do an interview with you on the geopolitical chessboard if you send him a message. Okay. And I will, because I love talking geopolitics. Okay, now I yield the floor to you, Kobada, is it?
Thank you. Yeah, you can just call me Kobe.
Kobe, you got it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, so I want to start. What actually forms your worldview then?
Boy, that's a broad question. That's a broad question, Kobe. That's a really broad one. Are you looking to stay more so on the topic of the debate, or you just want to talk generally about my views?
Yeah, no, 100%. But I think it's really important for us to understand where we're coming from ideologically so that we can better understand each other and have a more fruitful conversation.
Okay. My worldview is informed by a philosophy called Marquettism. For those who are unfamiliar with it, you can go to peaceofthesaints.com, scroll to the bottom. There's a link that says Marquettism with a question mark. If you punch that link, then it will elaborate on the perspective.
So do you believe every man should have one woman, or do you believe in polygamy?
More specifically, oh, and by the way, to the gentleman who recommended that I reach out to a certain individual for an interview on geopolitics, I actually already DM'd him. I just saw that the team DM'd him. I pulled up his profile and they already DM'd him. With regards to your question about polygamy, I believe that polygyny, which is a specific condition of a man having multiple wives, may be suitable and appropriate for some percentage of male kind, a smaller percentage for sure. And so let us say that there are three groupings of males. There are those at the top of the triangle. They may opt to engage in polygyny and are worthy and capable. Then there are those in the middle of the triangle, everyday guys, and they would probably be best suited for monogamy with an option for polygyny, but probably they should stick to monogamy. Then there's the bottom part of the triangle, and those guys are worthless and they should not have any women at all. And some of them probably shouldn't even have life. I yield the floor.
So where do you stand personally?
Thank you. T Gets Paid, writes The Black Box is an excellent book. There's consensus on that. You guys can see the reviews on Amazon. Me, I've always been at the top of the triangle.
So do you feel like that's edifying for you and the women that you're, in partnership with, in relations
edifying.
with?
I think our understanding of the word edifying may be different. Would you be kind enough to define what you mean when you say edifying?
Yeah, sure. So do you feel like it's fruitful? Do you feel like it's working towards a greater good for the
yes.
overall?
Yes, in my case, absolutely.
Yes,
and I'm certain that polygyny is the most ideal state for men at the top of the pyramid. And I believe that the results of polygyny for men at the top of the pyramid are not only beneficial for those in that relationship, the man and the women, but also for the children and the greater society. I am certain that those men who are more capable, intelligent, industrious, disciplined will create better offspring, which will be a greater benefit to the larger society.
Sorry. Right. Okay.
I yield the floor to you.
I'm not going to get. Yeah, thank you. I'm not going to harp on to that for too long, just because, if that's what works for you and the woman that you're in relations with, then fair enough. I would like to encourage your viewers to actually go and look at the story of King Solomon in the Bible, in the Old Testament, where
In the Bible?
that actually led to.
Are you a Christian from Ghana or a Christian from Nigeria?
I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. It doesn't.
I'm leaning toward Nigeria. I'm leaning toward your.
I would rather remain as synonymous as possible, but whatever.
But
if
doesn't
I'm
your
Nigerian
book
or
teach you
Ghanaian,
that
I
the
don't
truth
think it
will
really
set you
matters.
free? So why be imprisoned?
Imprisoned in what sense, sorry?
Your book, I think it maybe teaches that the truth will set you free. So why be imprisoned behind lies and anonymity?
I think if you wanna talk about the Bible,
I don't want to
you
talk
mean-
about the Bible
you
because it's a
mentioned
fake
Bible?
book.
Okay, right. Okay. I would encourage you to really go and study that then, because I have.
I actually
Yeah.
have a series in which I read the Bible cover to cover on live
Perfect.
stream, and we
I think
break
you
it
should
down
really look
verse
into
by
like people
verse.
like Lee Strobel.
Did you notice that the person, there were like maybe two callers before you? It was another
Yeah.
black person like yours, an ignorant black guy who's very religious, which means
Ignorant.
foolish.
Okay. So I'm ignorant.
And yes,
All right.
foolish, ignorant,
Okay.
ignorant, without
No
knowledge,
worries.
lacking knowledge. And this is
No
very
worries. Yeah.
common that religious people will be ignorant because in
Right.
the absence of having the correct answer, they create
Yeah.
mythology. So
Okay.
for example, instead of saying, I don't know or understand how the world was created,
Let me ask you
they
then,
say,
Marquette.
there was this powerful force
No,
and then
no.
this
Okay.
one
Okay. Okay.
guy.
Okay. I'm not into mysticism. I'm not into mysticism. But like,
sure,
let's
sure,
address that actually. Like, I think as a grown man like yourself, you should take a duty of care to actually investigate these things. I'll encourage every one of your viewers to look into Lee Strobel. He done a book
I encourage them
on,
not to look into that. What would you like to discuss on topic?
Right. Okay. So, okay. On topic, stepfathers shouldn't exist.
Correct.
I disagree.
I'm aware.
Yes, in an ideal setting, in a in a utopian sort of society, there should be no stepfathers. But we are living in reality where, people make bad decisions. People have been in abusive relationships. There is a plethora of different situations that may have taken place to lead to a woman being without a husband, right? Or being without a man, and the kids being
What do you think is
without
the
a
most
father.
common? What do you think is the most common reason that women? Are
I'm not here to say that. I'm not here to say that. I really can't make any sort of
So
generalization.
you're
I'd
debating
rather
about
steer
something,
away.
but you don't have any sense.
No,
or
no,
even
no, no.
inkling
I'm
of the
going.
most
No, I'm
basic
saying.
cause of this problem.
No, my point. Okay, so my point is, we shouldn't demonize men that are willing to step up and
What do you
be
mean
a
step
partner
up?
to a woman that needs it.
Step up is a term that we use in the English language to suggest.
I'm using
that
it very
you're-
plainly.
1 second. No, let's
Yeah,
use
go
it
on.
according to the English language,
Right, okay.
which suggests that you're stepping up to something that
Right.
you are responsible for.
Okay. Let me define
1
what I
second,
mean.
young man.
Yeah.
No man is responsible for the children of another man. So that's not stepping up.
Right. Let me be clear by what I mean. Right. So in a society, we all have a part to play. Right. Whether it be our kids, our own biological kids, or another. Right. If I'm on a bus or if I'm in public, right, and I see kids misbehaving, I'm gonna tell them, listen, you should not be acting like that. Like,
I don't believe you. I
get your
don't
act in
believe
order.
you.
You don't believe
are
me?
you are you a Londoner? Are you a
I
Londoner?
am a Londoner.
You're a London. I've
Yeah.
been to London. I've been to London, and
And
I
I've seen
really
very-
do not believe that if
I
you
call
see
it out
some
all
of the
the time.
lads, if
I
you
call
see
it
a
out all the
lass
time.
and some,
I call it out all the time.
yeah,
I call it out all the
hang
time.
hang on. I truly don't believe that if you see a lass or a lad misbehaving and their mum is there in front of their mum or their pup, you're going to
No,
tell
not
them
in
what
front
to
of
do.
their mum. Not in front of their mum.
just don't
not in
believe
front of their
that.
mum or their dad. No.
So you're telling me that you,
I'm
as a
saying
black African, hold on 1 second, champ.
Yeah.
You, as a black African, are going to be in London. You're going to see some Arab, Pakistani, or white kid misbehaving, and you're going to tell them what to do. Is that what
I
you're
do it
saying?
all the time. I do it all
Wow,
the time.
I don't believe you, sir. Sir, I do.
Wait, okay. So let me be clear why I do it. Let me be clear why I do it. My philosophy and my moral standing as a man is that it takes a herd to raise a child, right? I have a partner who's actually Spanish.
Wait, you have a
in the
partner?
culture of the
Like
right,
a
let me be
business
clear.
partner?
Come on, hey, listen. Let's not.
Wait, what do you mean by
let's
partner?
not degrade the quality of the conversation.
No, I'm
here. We're not
asking,
gonna
what do you
talk
mean by
over each other.
partner?
I have a missus.
Are you married?
Not yet, but soon. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, go on. I'm listening. Yeah. Yeah, go on.
So
Okay, I'm listening.
you're a Christian African, which you're already colonized. That's fine. And you validate your colonization by not only operating under a religion that is not of your people, you further live in the West voluntarily,
my.
I trust.
Marcus.
1 second. You live in the West voluntarily, I trust. You're a Christian, yet you adopt the language of the LGBTQ, my partner. In your book, the Bible, I do not recall any language around dating. You've not mentioned being engaged, and you're not married, and you've chosen someone who is a
engaged.
European, again, outside of your culture, which is yet another effort to negate the self. My dear boy, you are lost.
Right, I am engaged. Thank you very much, but I don't listen. What's all of these games? Let's address the point. The point I'm trying to make is the cultural norms in the Spanish society is one that, like, is very, it is very sort of very similar to what you would expect in a very strong Christian household, where everyone contributes towards, the upbringing of the family, the upbringing of the kids. Right?
Tú eres
And
un
I feel like,
mentiroso, ¿sabes? Tú eres un mentiroso.
you know what? I work about 12,
No?
14 hours a day. I don't have
No?
time to. I
Hablas
haven't been
español.
practicing my Spanish.
Hablas español. No practicas, pero tú
Yeah.
dices tu esposa es de España, pero no habla español, pero tú dices tú saber la cultura de la España, pero no sabe la lengua de España. So you understand the Spanish culture, but you don't know the Spanish language. It seems like that would be almost impossible. Now, my Spanish is really shiesty, but I don't have a Spanish wife. So how is it that you understand the Spanish culture, but you don't even know the language?
Okay.
You're a liar,
cool.
my
So-
boy.
Right.
You're a
hold on.
liar.
Why do I need to know the language? Wait,
You're a liar. You're a
my
liar.
My fiance speaks
You're a liar.
English. We don't speak Spanish with each other. So what's the problem here? What's
You're
hard
trying
understand?
to reference a culture that you fundamentally cannot understand. You cannot
You don't know
understand a
nothing about
culture when you are
You don't know nothing
illiterate.
about me. You don't know nothing about me. Should I explain how I
Number
know?
one, I know more about you than you know about yourself.
Okay, all right.
Because I've seen you so
know
many
what?
times. You're just another silly lost African. I've seen a lot of you.
Okay,
You're
all right,
just
cool.
a
So-
duplicate of many little lost Africans
right.
I've seen.
Hey,
That's how I know that
okay.
you're either from Ghana or Nigeria, and you won't admit it. I'm leaning toward Nigeria. And the reason I know that you're seeking to negate the self because
Why
many
are
of
you
you
trying to
are
attack-
raised in a foreign country
Why
and
are
you
you trying
adopt
to
the ways
attack
of the
me?
Westerner and you make every
Right.
effort to be like them because you are
Do you want to
inferior.
address the point
You
of
view
your-
yourself as inferior, and that's
Let's
why
get
you're
back
using
onto the topic.
LGBTQ
Let's get
language.
back onto
You
the
talk
topic.
Christianity, but you live LGBTQ. Why
Right,
would you
okay,
say
yeah,
partner instead of wife? Why are you even
'cause she's not
talking
my
about
wife.
dating when you claim you're engaged? Why do you say
How do
Mrs.,
we
which
get to the
means
point of
married, and you're not
engaged
married? Why do
about
you show
dating?
up scared to show your face? It's not manly.
Right.
Nothing
Oh, wow.
about
Oh
you
my God. You
says
seem-
that you're a strong
you seem
black man.
triggered,
It's all the
Marquett. You
opposite.
seem triggered. You seem
It's all the
triggered.
opposite.
Why are you so
Do you
triggered?
realize that you're low IQ, sir?
Right, you seem
Do you
very
realize? Do you realize?
Right. Okay.
How do you
I'm
not
happy
speak
being low
Spanish?
IQ. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you
no,
very
really.
much.
How do you speak Spanish? How do you not speak
How do I not
Spanish?
speak
And your
Spanish?
wife is yes, they have the same characters as English. Your wife is Spanish,
Right.
and you apparently are
Nice,
interested
'cause
in
I
the
run an
culture, but you don't speak
agency.
any Spanish.
Because I run an agency where I spend 14 hours of my day working every day.
That sounds
Right.
terrible. You should do a
Yeah.
better job.
Well,
Sounds
maybe
terrible.
I should. Yeah. Thank you.
Why don't you book a
Now, do you wanna-
consultation with me, and I'll
should we-
help you
should we
restructure your
address-
life?
Should we address the premise of the point you're making? Because I think
Are you
that's
qualified?
gonna
No,
be
really, real
much more
quick.
edifying
Real
for
quick.
your
Do you think
views.
that you're qualified to address it? Because everything about you seems inconsistent and fake. You tried to
Right,
tell me
so
about
the point-
Spanish
alright, cool.
culture,
So
but you don't
let's-
even speak basic
Let's
Spanish.
get to it. Let's get
No,
to
real
it.
quick.
Can we
One
get
second,
to
young
it?
man. Can you just reason with me for a moment?
Right, go on.
How can we trust you if you try to speak about Spanish culture,
I'm
but you
not
don't
asking
know
anyone to
any
trust me.
Spanish?
I'm not asking anyone to trust me. I'm not. I'm asking everyone to discern for themselves and make their own judgment based off of what you're saying and what I'm saying. Come to their own conclusion.
Extraordinary. 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 Real quick, shout out to Brad. He writes,
I'm not
have you
asking
heard
for
of Professor Jiang? Yeah, I have.
Should we get to
I
it?
reached out to him and he hasn't responded. Shout out to Ramon writes, not only is being a stepfather immoral, it is also unnatural. Many of the other mammals, when they take on a lonely mother, they take care of the kids in a different way. Peace of the saints. That's facts. And that's nature. Also, my Nigerian Christian friend, would you tell me in the Bible who are the stepfathers? In your book,
What?
the Bible. Who are the stepfathers?
What are you talking about? What do you mean? Who are the stepfathers?
You're into the Bible, right?
Mate, you don't even want me to address the question or the statement you've made.
No, mate.
You're
mate,
trying to
mate,
create these
mate,
straw
real quick,
mans.
mate, real quick,
What's
mate.
the point?
I'm just curious, mate, real quick, mate. In the
I'm
Bible,
not here for a viral moment. I'm here to
real quick
address the
though, real
point
quick,
of your
mate,
question.
mate, real quick. Who are the
So you
stepfathers in
attacking
the
me
Bible?
personally makes zero
Just real quick,
sense.
mate. Who are the
I'm
stepfathers
not
in
going
the
to play your
Bible?
games. I'm
Just
not
real
playing your
quick,
games.
mate. Real quick. Who are the stepfathers in the Bible?
I'm not here to play your games, but
I
I'm here to answer this question.
Yeah, I'm asking
I'm
you a
actually
question.
here.
We're talking about stepfathers. I'm asking
No,
you
I
in
mean,
your book, the
no,
Bible, who are the
no, you're saying
stepfathers?
your question or the premise of the statement you made is stepfathers shouldn't exist. This is the
Okay, and I'm
point I want to
asking you in
address.
your book of guidance, the Bible, who are the stepfathers?
No, listen. I'm not here to. Okay,
Just
so
say you
number
don't
one,
know. Just say you don't know.
no, hold on. Number
Just
one,
say you don't know.
I'm not here to debate theology. I'm not here to debate the Bible.
We're not
Right? If we
debating
want to have that
theology.
conversation,
I didn't ask you to debate. I just asked you for information because you're a Christian. Now, who are the stepfathers in the Bible?
listen. We're not talking about the Bible.
Just
If
say
wanna
you
have a
don't
conversation
know.
about the Bible, we can have a conversation about a
My
different day
boy.
about the Bible.
Just say you don't know. Just say you don't know.
It is irrelevant. The
No, it's
question you're
totally
making is
relevant because we're
completely
talking
irrelevant to
about
the point we're talking about.
stepfathers. No, it's
Yes,
totally relevant. We're
exactly.
talking about
Exactly.
stepfathers.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about stepfathers.
And
You're
you
a
ain't even allowing
Christian.
me
No,
to
listen, you're a
flow.
Christian. The Bible is your book of guidance, and we're talking about stepfathers. You're a Christian. The Bible is your book of guidance, and we're talking about stepfathers. So I said,
wait, hold on.
Christian
Right, you wanna
African
talk about
boy.
Bible? You want to talk about the Bible?
Who
No
are
problem.
the
No problem.
stepfathers? This
Let's
boy
talk
over
about
there
the Bible.
Googling. Who
Let's
are the
talk about
stepfathers in the Bible?
No.
Who are they?
You want to talk about the Bible? We can talk about the Bible.
Just listen.
I'm happy
One
to have
simple
that
question.
conversation.
Stop
Let's have
using
that
Chat
conversation.
GPT.
Go on.
Who are the
I'm not
stepfathers in
using
the
any
Bible?
Chat GPT.
Who are the stepfathers in the
Wait,
Bible?
hold on. I reject.
I'm gonna give you
the
5
premise of
seconds to
that
answer
question.
that.
I
I'm gonna give you
reject
5
the
seconds to
premise
answer
of
that. 5,
I reject
4,
the premise
3,
of the question.
2, 1.
I reject that question.
Okay. All right. So you're running. Okay. Carry on.
No, I'm
What
not
else
running.
did you have to say?
Yeah, thank you. Right, cool. So I don't agree with the fact that
We know you don't agree.
feel-
Make an argument.
Right. So I believe that we should encourage men to be real men, right? We should, and that's something I agree on with you because I believe that from what you talk about with your viewers, you encourage men to take ownership, take responsibility for their actions. Is that not more or less what you're about? The manosphere and red
A
pill
real
community?
man does. I'm not in the manosphere. Number one, I don't even know what
Okay,
that garbage
right.
is you're talking about. Number
Oh,
one,
got it, right.
real men do not take care of the children of other men. Real men take care of their own children. The only case in which a real man would take care of another man's child is in the rare instance wherein he cannot have his own children due to his own biology, and he chooses to do the upright thing of taking on someone else's children in a foster situation.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make here is that we shouldn't be demonizing men who are prepared to.
Why?
Because they are doing a moral good for society to step in to that kid's life, right? To be able to set an example for that kid. And I've seen firsthand how that helps.
Give me some data.
Right?
Give me some data.
Well, no. I've seen firsthand. I'm talking from my own anecdotal
Firsthand
experience.
doesn't
I'm not
matter.
giving
I've seen
data.
firsthand that you're a moron. Give me some data.
I'm not here to give you data. That you can do that for your viewers. But I'm talking from my own personal experience, and what I'm saying.
Do you realize?
is that
One second.
women-
Hang on. Do you realize that your personal experience and your personal observations are irrelevant? Because here's the point. If you say, well, my personal experience says this, and I say my personal experience says the opposite, then where do we fall?
So
Like,
Marquez,
this is
I'm not
silliness.
saying,
silly.
Marquez, listen, I'm not
The name is
saying-
Marquett. I'm going to give you a
Marquett.
moment to practice that a
Marquett.
few times. And while you're practicing that, and while you're trying to think of some arguments, let me acknowledge some of the folks supporting the work. But please do some thinking during this time. King, supporting the work. I appreciate you. I also acknowledge. Actually, I already acknowledged those ones right there. Already acknowledged. So shout out to Rick. He writes, "Good morning." I also acknowledge Asparagus. He writes, "Shout out to the Canadians." I also acknowledge Montan. He writes, he asks a clear question. Why did you lie? The magnitude of the lie is irrelevant. Answer it. Or are you trying to avoid shame? Big facts. Shout out to Majesty. He writes, peace of saints. Women will use stepfathers and put both the real father and the stepfather at odds, potentially creating dangerous circumstances for everyone involved. I've seen it happen. Shout out to let's say Moses, right? Peace of saints. Will a man be considered beta if he has a child and gets with a woman with a child? It makes a lot more sense for his situation. It's still less than ideal. Michael writes, men don't understand if you get a woman pregnant who has been skeeted in or been pregnant by another man, the past man's DNA will influence the baby. Shout out to DS writes, I started my own private fashion house. My friends don't buy my product because they say for a big brand, I charge too much. Well, it actually makes sense. If you're a smaller brand, you'd charge more because with volume, you're going to get lower costs when you're buying products. So it actually makes a lot more sense. Here it's, while I also work as a waiter, customers I met buy it without question. Should I unfriend my friends? If the price is the only reason they're not buying, yeah, probably. Yes, probably 100%. Shout out to the ballers, double baller alert. Shout out to Mamba. Good to see you. I was just talking about you recently. He writes, I created an app that is superior to anything out for its category, built myself by myself and my co-founder, looking to find investors and customers. You need to pick one and focus on it. He writes, would love your thoughts on being a board member and or advisor. Brian Bell. Okay, I thought you were Arthur. Okay, so this is Brian Bell. Well, I'm not familiar with Brian Bell, but I am familiar with Arthur. So I thought you were Arthur. If you were Arthur, I'd be like, for sure, sign me up. You know, he's one of the members, someone I know well. I have no interest in being a board member, no interest whatsoever, but I will give you some advice here. And my advice is that seeking investors and customers at the same time is generally not ideal. I highly recommend that you get customers and then go for investors, because investors are looking for you to articulate a predictable story, which is in the last 6 months, this is what revenue looks like. If you give us $1, we can turn it into $1.3 in a predictable way. Are you okay?
Oh, no. I was just looking at one of the comments.
Okay. All right. Well, try not to laugh into the microphone, my dear boy.
I'll mute my mic.
And throw up. Thank you. Anyways, an investor is looking for you to articulate a story that is predictable of we can take $1 and turn it into $1.3 because we have a money machine here that we can operate in a reliable way. And we have data to back that. Investors invest in data points, not a data point. They invest in predictable stories and co-founders who are skilled and reliable. But anyways, shout out to you. I'm very happy to hear that. I think that software is the best business on earth. I'd love to hear that you're successful. Shout out to Coolio. He writes, he's an African man dating a single mother from Spain. Something that might not have happened if she weren't a single mom. He has an inferiority complex and is shocked he got a European girlfriend. Is that what you were laughing at?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. That laugh doesn't sound sincere.
I think I mentioned to you that it's not my own experience that I'm here to talk about. And I'm not really even here to talk about anyone's, experience per se. But anyway, to answer that, well, I'm not even going to address that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
So should we get to it?
DS writes, had to write it a bit in broken English because I didn't have too many characters. They still do buy such and such that's more expensive than my. I see. Yeah. I'd look for new friends for sure. 100%. And your friends are really important. The community that you're in is critically important to your happiness and your success. That's why with the Assassin, we hyper focus on meeting in person, spending time in person, creating memories. That's what colors your life. Don't waste any amount of time around family members or friends who don't really love you and show the actions to validate that. I yield the floor to you, my African Christian friend.
Perfect. Nice. Right. So, beta male, you mentioned beta male a few times. What do you mean by beta male exactly?
What do I mean by beta male? I'll give you a great example. It'll be very crystal clear. You'll be able to visualize it very well. Do you have a mirror nearby? Yeah. Just look in the mirror. That's what a beta male is. Okay, a beta male is someone who's fundamentally dishonest, is someone who's weak. These are the characteristics that you displayed straight away when you got on. You lied. People lie usually based on fear. And you are defending this because you identify with the stepfather identity. You are weak. And the reason that you identify with that is because the single mothers are more accessible to you because you're less desirable.
I'm not with a single mother.
Listen, you won't even show your face. You won't even show your face. So we don't believe anything you say.
All right, cool.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
that the
wild,
person,
right? Yeah, go
I
on.
think the person who sent in that super chat, I think they pegged you correctly.
Yeah.
I further think that when you're from the most populous, when you're from such a populous country, Nigeria, you have so many options of women, especially being that you're in the West, and so you're more liquid than they are. So you can go
let's
back to
not make
Nigeria and you
assumptions.
could be
Why
such
can't
a
you just take
wealthy
what I'm
man.
saying at
Don't
face
interrupt
value?
me, young man. Don't interrupt me. So you could go back to Nigeria and you can be a wealthy man and you could have your pick of the litter, but you're
Man.
so obsessed with whites. That's why you go and get a Spanish girl who also is a foreigner in the UK. And you're probably providing for her, aren't you? Aren't you providing for her?
Right, you don't know anything about me.
Are
and
you
I'd
providing
rather
for her?
I'll rather us just address the point.
Are
of
you
the,
providing for
like,
her?
topic at hand.
Are you providing
You know
for
what I mean?
her?
Should we address the point of the topic at hand or what? Like,
Well,
what is this?
Why
Number
are you
one,
hiding so much?
I agree with most of what you're saying. I agree with,
You couldn't possibly agree with what I'm saying. You couldn't possibly.
well,
you couldn't
if what
possibly.
you're saying for men is that they should step up and they
Why
should
do you seem to
better
have so
for
much trouble
themselves personally.
addressing females? You see, it's the
No,
female
I
who
do.
is
I want to
unruly.
address the female. I do want to address the female. You haven't even allowed me to speak. You wouldn't
Oh,
allow me
don't
to speak.
lie. Don't lie again.
No.
Don't
I
lie
do
again.
want to address the female, mate. Let's
Don't
address the
lie
female.
again.
Should we get there?
Let's
Should we get
start
there?
with that, mate. Let's go, mate.
Right, cool.
Let's
start
go,
with that.
mate.
Let's start with that.
All right,
so
mate.
We should be shaming women who are having kids out of wedlock. I believe that.
I
right?
never said out of wedlock. I don't care about
No,
wedlock.
I'm saying that's my position.
You got that from
That's
your
my position.
Christianity? You got
Yes.
that from your
Yes.
that the white man taught you?
I know it
very good.
hurts. I know it hurts. The white man.
No, what hurts is the fact that you've lost all of your culture. What hurts is the fact that you're so ashamed of who you are. You're so ashamed that you won't even use your own name. You won't show your own face.
One of the
You're
first
colonized.
churches was in Ethiopia.
You're colonized.
Right? We have one of the
You're
earliest
colonized.
churches in Ethiopia dating back to
You're
the 4th
not
century.
Ethiopian. You are a black,
you talking
dark-skinned
about?
West African little buddy. You're not
Yes.
Ethiopian.
Yes.
You are not
Yes.
Habesha. I could tell in your
Right.
tonation if you were Habesha. You don't speak Amharic or Tigrinya. You're not
my
East
God.
African.
You
You're not an
think just
Ethiopian
throwing all
Orthodox
this lingo
Christian.
makes you smart.
You're not an
It don't make you
Ethiopian
smart,
Orthodox
Marquett.
Christian. You're a black African from West
Right.
Africa.
Perfect. So let's address.
Wait,
the
hold
points.
on one second. Hold on. Let's just verify that that's the facts, right? You're a black African from West Africa, right?
Yes.
Thank you. So don't play games talking about Ethiopia. You're not Ethiopian, buddy. You follow the white
Did you
man's
hear what I said?
Christianity.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
You follow the white
Did
man's
you hear what I said?
Christianity. And
One
I'll
of
yield the
earliest
floor.
churches
I'll yield the floor.
originates from Ethiopia.
I'll yield the floor
Right.
for you to repeat it. Go ahead.
Thank you. Repeat what?
Oh gosh.
What did you not catch?
Stop being a fool. You just asked me if I heard what you said. I said I did, and I will yield the floor for you to repeat
Okay,
it. So
so to
repeat your
recap,
foolishness,
we-
and then I'll obliterate it. Go ahead.
Right. Well, it's not foolishness. I think we should bring back shaming for women because we're living in a society.
That's not what I was
where
talking about.
women-
It was your comment on Christianity that I yielded the floor for you to repeat. Don't be
one of the
crafty.
earliest churches is actually based in Ethiopia.
So what does that have to
dating
do with
back
our
to the
current
4th century.
argument? What does that have to do with our current
You're
argument?
saying it's a white man religion, but
It is a white man religion.
Christianity originated out
No.
of the Middle East.
Your Christianity is a
So
white
what is
man's
it?
religion because you
Which
are a
Christianity
West
is my
African.
Christianity?
Hold on, young man. You are a West African who learned Christianity after being conquered by Europeans. And you do not
What nonsense is that?
practice.
I
You
came
do
to the
not
Christian
practice.
church
Young man, you
independently
do not.
on my own
No.
volition.
Don't interrupt. You do not practice Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity. Hence, it's irrelevant to bring that up
I'm part
because
of
it
the
has
Universal
nothing to
Church,
do
the
with you.
Universal Catholic Church.
Oh, you're a Catholic, are you?
Yes, I am.
Where's the Holy See? Where's the Holy See?
Rome.
Rome. Is that in
Yes,
Europe,
what?
perchance? Is that in Europe?
Peter died in Rome. Yes.
Wait,
in
is that in Europe?
Yes.
Aha. So the headquarters
just-
of your religion is in your white supremacy.
shows your
It
ignorance.
is in the
This
factory
shows
of
your
white
ignorance.
supremacy.
This
Your
shows
your
your
white supremacist
absolute
religion is in the factory of white supremacy. Yet you tried to bring up Ethiopian Christianity,
Wow.
which is
This
in
is
Africa, the
embarrassing.
Horn of Africa. But
This is
your
very embarrassing.
religion is
For
headquartered
anyone
in
that
Europe.
really understands what he's
You
saying,
are a white supremacist, buddy.
I would encourage every one of your viewers to go and look into the historicity of Christianity. Then come
No
back
one's
to
going to look into it because they don't respect you.
Right.
Because
Well,
you're
even
hiding
if you
your
disagree-
face.
even
You're
if you
essentially
disagree-
wearing a mask, my dear boy.
even if you
No one
disagree
respects
with
you here.
Christianity, even if you disagree with the Christianity, you can't negate the facts that Jesus is the number one most historically verified people
Is that true?
in
Is that true?
humanity.
Is
Yes,
that true?
Google it. Google it. Google it.
Google it. Google it. Does that make Jesus true and real?
I mean, the archaeological evidence to support Jesus.
There is no archaeological
It's
evidence
profound.
to support Jesus.
Oh, yes, there is. Yes,
there
there is.
isn't.
We have the Shroud
No,
of
there
Turin.
isn't.
We have the
there
Gospels.
isn't.
We have so much.
You can't
So
be this
much.
dumb. You can actually you
Okay,
can be.
right,
What am I
right,
saying?
right,
You can
right.
be.
Google
I
it,
take that back.
Google it. Right.
Google it. Google's gonna validate my religion. Where was
mean-
real quick? Where was your God when your country was being
have-
colonized?
Wait, hold on. Sorry. So
Why
we-
did God make you black instead of just making you white so that you could feel like your true self? Why didn't God make you white so you could feel like the way you feel on the inside, so you could look the way you feel?
Right. Anyway, are
No,
we
I'm
gonna have
asking you.
this conversation
I'm
or
asking
what?
you. Why didn't God make you white like your Spanish girlfriend?
Man, this is ridiculous.
No, I'm just curious.
You're actually showing
Wouldn't it be
how-
easier? Her family would accept you
how slow
easier.
you are.
No, I'm saying her family would accept you more easily if you were white, right?
Yeah, you're so silly, man.
No, I'm just
This is
asking you
so
seriously.
silly.
Seriously, her family would
This
accept
is
you
so
more if you were
silly.
white. Also,
I don't speak a word of Spanish, and you don't
I
know.
know.
You don't know nothing. You
Yeah,
don't
I
know
know.
nothing.
yeah.
You
So
don't know nothing.
yeah,
You
I
can
know.
come over here, and I can show you though.
I know.
When you come
You
over to
never.
this
You're
platform-
scared to turn on your camera. You never want me to show up in person. I'm
Right.
actually mean. I'm actually mean.
okay. Who
Someone
are
in the
you?
chat writes,
What are
"Why
you?
is his
What are
camera
you?
off?"
You be turning around. You
Someone
be
asked,
coming
"Why is his
over
camera
with a bunch
off?"
of security acting like a macho man. Like, come on. chill.
Someone
You're not
writes,
about
"He's
that.
a butterfly."
You're not about that life, Marquette.
Yeah.
You're not.
You know, I find you guys to be very funny, Kobe. I just take you guys as jokesters because you're talking so tough, yet you won't turn
I'm
on
not
your
talking
camera.
tough. You're talking tough. You're the one.
I
talking
am tough. I am tough. I'm
You ain't
tried and
tough.
true.
You ain't
I am
tough.
tough.
You're a soft
tough.
ass nigga, bro. Shut up. You're
Don't.
soft.
Well, hold on one
You're
second.
soft.
Hold on one second, African Tether. Don't use black people slang. You're not a black American. Talk
mate,
like you
mate.
talk. Talk like you
are
talk.
soft.
Don't talk
You are-
like
I
us.
see right through your eyes that you are
No,
soft.
no, don't talk
You are
like
soft.
us. Talk like you
You
talk,
are
African
soft
Tether.
and weak. right?
African Tether. Talk like you talk.
I can
Don't
see
talk
your
like my
lips
people.
trembling, mate.
Don't talk like
I
my
can see your
people.
lips quivering.
I would say I see yours, but you're hiding because you're scared to show your
right,
face.
cool,
I think that's cowardly.
Yeah.
But since you're talking tough right now, I give you one challenge. One challenge. Show your face.
All right. I can
Show your
my
face.
No problem.
Since you're a tough guy, show your
No
face.
problem.
Show your face, tough guy.
Right, and then we address the proper cracks of the conversation. Yep.
Okay, now let me ask you, because
see
I
my
like
face?
this tough talk
Yeah?
real quick. I like this
Yeah.
tough
Here
talk
we
real
are.
quick.
Right,
I
cool.
like
Tell
this
me.
tough talk.
Tell me.
Now, you know I come to London, right? You know that.
Come. We
Okay.
can step
Now,
into a ring.
also,
I can
real
show
quick,
you right now.
real quick,
You ain't about
real
nothing.
quick.
You understand?
Do you ever come to the States? Do you ever come to the States?
Yes, I do. I do business in
Okay.
the States.
I want you to know, if you ever come to the States, if you ever come into the state of California, the state of Georgia, the state of Florida, you have my invite to call me up and I will show up. I will show up for you. Now, real quick, I want to test something out because I have a theory with all of you guys. I have a theory with all of you beta males. I have a theory. I got a theory. Okay. So I want to test something out real quick, if you don't mind. So you guys talk tough, right? And like an expression of toughness would be like violence, for example, right? You know, a good example of violence would be like MMA or boxing. Can you give us a link so we can check out some of your MMA or boxing since you're a tough guy? I just would like to see some real quick. Just one link, one fight. Just one.
I actually have done quite a bit of boxing, but you know
Very
what?
good.
You
Do
know
you have
what?
one
Let's do
link
this. Let's do
so we could
this.
just look?
You have
just,
money.
Where's the link? Just
We can
one
set a
link.
time and a place.
No. The reason I'm not going to play that game with you is because I've set it up so many times and everyone always gets scared. They always get scared. So I'm not asking for that. I'm politely asking you for one link just so we can see you throw
Funny
some
enough,
hands.
I've actually got my gloves right there. I've got my
Very
gloves
good.
right there.
I got my
and I've got
championship
clips
belt
on
on my
YouTube.
wall right there. So, but
Mate,
we're not
shut
talking
up. You
about
ain't
any
done
of that.
shit in the ring.
We're
You
not
ain't
talking
done
about
shit.
any of that. So just give
I
me
will
one link.
will
Just real quick,
beat it.
Kobe, listen to me. Just listen to me, Kobe.
Trust
Kobe, listen real quick. Just listen. We can all say things. I'm just asking politely, just for just 10 seconds of video of you throwing hands. That's all we want to see, just so we know that you're just not a talker. Just give me the link. I'll pull it up for everybody. That's all I'm politely asking. Just give me one.
No, I'm not playing your games. I'm not playing your games.
No, we're not. It's not a game. It's not a game, Kobe. We're just asking you politely.
Right.
Yeah, you take a fitness class at your local gym. That's cool.
Fitness class? I've been boxing since I was 15, mate. What are you talking
You take
about?
a fitness class at your local
I've been
gym.
boxing since I was 15.
You've been boxing since you're 15. That's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the case, Kobe,
And I'll
since you
box your head off, trust me.
have more than a decade of experience, Kobe, I'm
I'll box your
politely
head
asking
off
you.
in
Very good.
99%.
Just real quick, Kobe. Just real quick, Kobe. Real quick. 1 second. I'm politely asking you, since you have over 10 years of experience, in that whole 10 years, can you just give us 10 seconds? I just want to see 10 seconds of you throwing hands. Just give us a link.
Can we
and I'll
get
play
back
it.
to the point of the conversation? Or what?
Yes, we will. But just can I get
I'm not
one
playing
link,
games.
Kobe? Just
playing
one
games.
link. Just one link of you throwing hands.
You know what we can do? You come around here, or I
No,
go over there,
no,
you can
Kobe.
arrange-
Stop with the games. Stop with the games,
You
Kobe.
bring
I just
Hannah,
want
please.
one link.
That would be
Just
neat. That would
one
be
link
so
of you
much
throwing
more.
hands, Kobe. Just one link of you throwing hands.
I'm not
I just want to watch
playing
10 seconds of video of you throwing
We can have a
hands.
sparring match. We can do whatever you want to do.
Kobe, we
When you-
can't play that game.
when are
I'm
you
gonna tell
next
you
in
why we
London?
can't
When
play
are you
that
next in
game.
London? When are you next in London?
The reason we can't play that game, Kobe, is because all you guys, and I've done this before. That's why I stopped. I'm
you
getting
guys.
smarter. I'm getting smarter. What you guys do is you get on the live session and you say, Marquett, I'll fight you. I'll do this to you, MMA
I'll
to
fight
you.
any
I'll
day.
do all this stuff.
Boxed.
Yeah, I hear you, Kobe. I
do
hear you,
this
buddy.
for real.
I hear you, buddy. I hear you. And then you guys get me excited because I actually like violence. I grew up in violence. I love it. So you guys get me so excited.
anything about me,
Hold on
mate.
one
You don't
second.
know
You don't have to
anything
talk
about
while I'm talking, young man. And then I make an arrangement. And then you guys always DM, oh, I can't make it. Oh, you guys back out. So I
Marquette.
stopped doing it because I realized you guys are all scared.
Marquette,
But
let me
here's the
talk-
difference
look at
between
me.
you and I, Kobe. Here's the difference between you and I.
You think I'm
Here's the
scared?
difference. You don't have to
Look at
interrupt.
my
I'll
eyes.
let you talk. Just hold on one
My
second,
eyes.
Kobe.
I'll lick the
Here's the
floor with
difference. Just calm down.
you. Oh, absolutely.
I
fine.
heard
I'm not
you.
one of those gimmicks.
But here's the problem,
Understand?
Kobe. Here's the problem. If I tell you, Kobe, I will break your jaw. If I say that right now, and then you say, Marquette, what's the evidence? I'm like, I literally
You got
was
the
just
money.
here yesterday. Hold on one second. I was like,
got the money.
I literally had 6 guys here yesterday, and we were boxing. And then the day before that, I had 8 guys here, and we were boxing. And I can show you endless amounts of me throwing hands
You see
because
the
I
bravado.
throw hands. I really do
You see
this.
the
Now, here's the
bravado.
kicker.
I'm
Here's
not
the
here.
kicker.
I'm not.
No, 1 second. 1 second, Kobe. 1 second, Kobe. You say you throw hands, and I said, okay, that's really cool, Kobe. Show me just 10 seconds.
I'm not playing your games. No,
Just
I'm not
10
playing your games.
seconds,
I
Kobe.
do actually have clips.
See, no
I'm
one
not playing your
believes you.
games.
No one
Right,
believes you,
okay.
Kobe. You showed me
No
a
one
pair of
believes you.
gloves. That was weird. You showed me a pair of
Right.
gloves, Kobe.
Showed you a pair of gloves. Right.
That was
okay,
super
that was
weird, Kobe. Why'd you do that?
Right.
Why'd
okay.
you do that, Kobe?
Anyway,
I could show you a
Anyway.
belt on my wall, but I didn't show you that because
I don't care.
even
I'll
though a
cover
belt
you.
indicates that you sock stuff out, a belt is an indicator that you sock stuff out. I don't show you that. I'll show you me socking stuff out. Like, I'm not going to show you a proxy. I'll show you like me actually sleeping stuff. You heard me? Because
Right.
I
You know
really
what
do
you
it.
can do? If
And
you're
here's
really
another
about
thing
it,
to remember,
if you're
Kobe.
really about it, let's
Kobe,
get
here's
into it.
another thing to remember. Here's another thing to remember.
Don't
You
do
and
it.
I,
Don't do
we're
it.
not the same. Like, I might seem like a pleasant person, but really, I come from the trenches, and you can read about that in the black
Don't
box.
see
I did
no-
things
don't
that you
see
would
nowhere.
be scared to do, Kobe.
People that are from
We're
London,
not the same. You'd be
listen.
terrified to do the things I did.
Listen,
And Kobe, here's another thing. If you lived the life that I live, you wouldn't have made
I
it
don't
out.
give
You're
a
too
shit about
soft.
where you came
You're
from.
too
I don't
soft,
care.
Kobe.
You don't know
You're
where
too
I've come from.
soft.
You don't know where I've
You're
come
too
from.
soft.
You don't know where I've come from.
Kobe, you don't even
don't know
have
anything
enough
about me.
bravery to be yourself. You don't have enough
Okay,
bravery to be
here's
yourself,
myself.
Kobe.
Here's myself.
You're a black African who's scared to be a black African. You won't even say if you're from Nigeria or Ghana.
Okay, listen.
Think about that.
I'm not here.
You're not man enough to
play
say if you're from
your
Nigeria or
games.
Ghana.
I'm not here to play your games.
You're not man enough to say if you're from
You're
Nigeria or
scared and
Ghana.
running- You're scared and running from the premise of
You're
your
not
question.
man enough to say if you're from Nigeria or Ghana, Kobe.
Why are
You
you
could never
running?
see me.
Why are you running?
You could
Why are
never
running?
see me, Kobe.
Why are you running?
Now, Cobster,
Why are you
Cobster,
running?
Cobster, check this out. Cobster. I like that haircut, by the way. Now, here's the thing. Just real quick so we can get back on topic. Just so I could show everyone why I call people like you beta males. The reason I call you guys beta males is because you're weak and because you're liars. You said that you could see me. I know you'd be terrified of me in real life. And then I said, okay, let's not play the fake. We're going to set up a fade game because it's not going to happen because you would never. But just to show everybody that we're at least on the same level, I throw hands. You say you throw hands. I say, show me 10 seconds, just 10 seconds. Why don't you just admit that you don't have any footage of you throwing hands because you don't really throw hands, Kobe? You don't throw hands,
That's
buddy.
irrelevant, mate.
You're lying.
Why are we doing
You're a
this?
liar. This is the lie number 5. This is
Did you
lie
wanna
number 5.
address the
Kobe,
premise
real quick,
of
show
the
me those gloves
question
one more
you
time.
had?
Show me those gloves one more time. Just real quick, Kobe, show me those gloves.
They're
Just
actually pretty
just
nice.
real quick, just show me the gloves
They're
one more
actually pretty
time.
nice for anyone that knows.
Okay, just show me the gloves one more time, Kobe. Just let
Why?
me see the gloves.
Why?
You already showed them. Why don't you want to show them now? Just show me the gloves again. Show me the gloves.
Why?
Just Kobe, just show me the gloves real quick.
No.
You already showed them. I'm
Mate,
asking you politely.
All right,
Let me see the
I'm giving
gloves. You already
I'm
showed
giving
them.
you 5 seconds. It's either
Kobe,
we address the
I'm
premise of
asking
the
you
question,
politely. I'm asking
or
you
we
politely.
call it
I'm just
quits.
asking you very
'Cause I
politely,
need to get
Kobe.
back to work,
You already
actually.
showed the gloves. Just show us the gloves one more time. I'm asking politely.
No, thank you. No, thank you. 1.
Why do you have a problem showing the gloves,
2.
Kobe?
It's up to you, mate.
Why do you have a problem showing the gloves?
Are we
Kobe?
going to have this conversation or what?
I'll tell everyone why you
Why
have
are
a
you
problem
scared?
showing the gloves. Kobe, the reason you have
Why are
a
you
problem
scared?
showing the gloves is because you know that I'm smarter than you. And so you know anytime I ask you to do something, I'm probably thinking 3 or 4 steps ahead, and you're scared to make a move as a result. The gloves you showed us, those were Velcro gloves. Real fighters use lace-up gloves. You're not a real fighter, Kobe. You're a liar, a charlatan.
I didn't say I was a
And
real
you will
fighter.
get hurt.
I'm
You
not
will
a
get
professional
hurt.
fighter. I'm not
You
a
come into
professional
my
fighter.
world,
That don't mean
you
I
will
can't
get
fight.
hurt, Kobe.
That don't mean
You
I
should
can't
never
fight.
speak to people like me
That
the
don't
way
mean I
you're
can't fight.
speaking because you have no track record, Kobe.
Right.
You're a
Who are
liar
you?
and a faker.
Who are you?
You also said that you were at work. You're
Yeah.
clearly not at work, Kobe. You're not at work.
I am at work. I am.
You work from home?
This is my office.
Are you working from home?
Yes.
Okay. But you tried to make it sound like you were at the
the
workplace
headset.
earlier. At the
See the
beginning, you tried to make it sound like
I
you
am
were
at
at
my
the
workplace.
workplace, Kobe.
This is my
What I want from you,
workplace.
what I want from you beta males, Kobe,
It's
let me
not.
just tell you how you could be a better beta male, okay? Let me tell you. The way that you
my
could be a
workplace.
better beta male, Kobe, is when you encounter bosses like me, just bow down before you get laid down, okay? So just voluntarily bow down so I don't have to lay you
You're
down,
a
okay,
coward.
Kobe?
You're a coward.
Kobe, you
Listen,
started off with your
if
camera
you not come
off.
over,
Kobe,
my side of
just
the
show me
road,
10 seconds worth of
in the ring.
footage. Just
Let's
if
run.
you
Let's
fighting,
run.
just you throwing one punch.
run
Just
it.
show me you throwing
You are a
one
coward.
punch, Kobe. Kobe.
your lips
Kobe.
are quivering,
Kobe. Hey,
You
Kobe.
are trembling already. I can see.
Kobe.
This is all
Kobe.
bravado.
Hey, Kobe.
You're just a
Kobe,
bravado.
man.
It's all
Just show me one fight,
Such a
Kobe.
coward.
Kobe. Kobe, dude. Just show me one
When
fight,
they
man.
can't
Just
defeat
one.
you intellectually, it results
Kobe,
in
you
abdominal
don't
attacks.
have
Look
any
at you. Look at
intellect.
them.
You're struggling. You're a silly little African who made it
You got
out of
no
Africa,
substance.
and
Zero
you're in the
substance.
UK barely getting by,
Right.
trying your best to get a white woman. And that's like your greatest dream of an African. The greatest dream of an African is to try to negate themselves so you can have light-skinned kids and then deny the fact that you were ever like African. That's your greatest dream, Kobe.
Mate, I'm more African. You don't even know where you're from. You don't even know where you're
Kobe,
from.
where are you
don't
from,
even know where
Kobe?
you're from.
Real quick, where are
Where
you
you
from,
from?
Kobe?
Where's
Kobe,
your-
where are you from? Where are you from, Kobe?
No,
Kobe, where are you from?
Where you from, Marquett?
Wait,
I bet
Kobe,
you
where are
call
you
yourself a
from?
Black
Come
American,
on,
right?
I almost got him.
You call
I
yourself
almost
a
got
Black
him. I almost got him. Kobe,
Oh,
where you
shit.
from? Kobe, where you
Oh,
from?
shit.
Why are you cursing? You
You
just
don't know
cursed
where
2
you're
more
from.
times. Now you're at a
Don't know
total of
where you're
5
from. I
curse
feel
words.
sorry for you.
You're at a total of 5 curse words, Kobe. You're at a total of 5 curse words. Now, Kobe, where are you from? Is his camera freezing for other people? Can you guys let me know in the chat if his camera's freezing? Cobster, where are you
Where you
from?
from?
Kobe, where are you from? I've been asking you for an
I
hour.
asked you because you don't know where you're from.
Kobe, I've been
Where-
asking you
where
for
you
an
from?
hour. Where are you from?
Black America, right?
Kobe, I've been asking you for an hour. Where are you from?
You're cooked, mate. You're cooked.
I've been asking you for an hour, Kobe. That's the least you could do is tell me.
Where are you from?
Kobe, honestly, tell me.
I
I've been
didn't-
asking you for an hour.
I didn't come here to answer your silly
Kobe,
question.
I've been asking you for an hour. Come on, mate. I've been
Okay,
asking you for an
so
hour.
You're not going to address this or not?
Kobe, I've been
gonna
asking you
address
for an
this or not?
hour. Where are you from?
Are you going to address this or not? The
Okay,
question.
Kobe.
Are you gonna
Real
address it?
quick though. So you're scared to tell us which African country you're from. It's a pity. It's a pity, self-hatred. And you claim you're a fighter, and you could even see me, which you could never see me. But you won't show us 10 seconds worth of fighting footage. You told us earlier that your camera didn't work, but it clearly works. You're a liar. You told us earlier that you were at your workplace, but you're actually at your house. You're a liar, Brody. Like, you're a pretty despicable character.
If you want to step into the ring, you can run it anytime.
Kobe,
Any time you want to step into the ring.
Kobe, you've never been in the ring, though, Kobe.
Is it?
Kobe, you've never been in the ring. You've never been in the ring. Kobe, you've never been in the ring. You guys play soccer, right? You're Nigerians. You play soccer, right?
Mate,
you guys are soccer players, right?
I
play soccer, right?
And pray that one day
you play soccer, right?
Into the ring with me,
Kobe. Right? Kobe, check this out.
You step into the ring with me.
Check this out, Kobe.
Because that would be the best.
Show me just 10 seconds. Where can I go? Where can I go to just watch 10 seconds of you fighting?
Absolutely ridiculous. You see, I know what
just real quick. Just real quick. Where can I go to watch 10 seconds of you fighting?
You're trying to see what I've done so that you can see how you measure up to me.
No. Because listen. I'll tell you this. How about this, Kobe? If you show me 10 seconds of you fighting, real quick.
Are you even in my
1 second, Kobe, real quick. 1 second. If you show me 10 seconds of you fighting, I'm gonna say, Kobe, you got this. I'm scared. You're the holiest of. I'm gonna tell you, Kobe. You are the meanest. You're Apollo Creed from Rocky. No, Kobe. I'm gonna bow down. Just show me 10 seconds of you fighting, and I'm gonna bow down. I promise you. No, real quick, Kobe. Real quick. Show me 10 seconds of you fighting, and I'm going to bow down. And I'm gonna say, you're the man. Kobe, you're the man. Cobster, you're the man. Okay. Just show me 10 seconds of you throwing hands.
Listen, I don't need nothing from you. I really don't.
I understand that, Kobe. But just real quick, can you show me 10 seconds of you fighting, or are you just making up lies?
No, I told you why I'm not going to show you that. I told you why.
Because you don't have any fighting footage. That's why, Kobe. You're lying.
I know.
And no one believes you, Kobe.
Listen,
no one.
my witness.
You showed us a pair of gloves that are Velcro gloves. No real fighter uses Velcro. Every fighter uses lace-ups.
I'm not a professional.
Every real fighter uses lace-ups.
These are my
You're pathetic and you're a liar. You're a liar. Those are not real gloves, Kobe. That's when you take those cute classes with the girls in it. You take those cute classes with the girls in them, Kobe. You never laid anything out, my boy. You're sweet and soft. I can tell. I've seen you before.
Easy.
And I'm telling you, I will bow down if you would just merely show me 10 seconds of video footage. Okay, 5 seconds. Just show me you throwing one punch in a boxing ring.
You're pretty not
okay, not even in a boxing ring. Just show me you throwing one punch in any context. Just show me you throwing one punch.
How much do you weigh?
Just show me you throwing one punch.
How much do you weigh?
All of the audience, I want you guys to notice consistently the tactics. Notice every single time these people, they do the same thing. Like, I'm 6'4", I'm 6'3", I weigh 250. But never once do they ever show up. Never once do they ever show any footage of them throwing hands.
In the UK.
These are always cowards. It's the same beta males consistently. Same beta males.
Okay, I can give you at least 3-4 gyms that we can go to. I can give you 3-4 gyms that we can go to.
No one believes you, Kobe. No one believes any of this stuff.
Do your research.
It's so hard to organize that, but it's so easy for you to show us 10 seconds of footage.
Look.
Do you mind, Kobe? Kobe, can we do something simple? Can we do something simple? Show me the 10 seconds of footage, and I'm gonna just say you win. I'm defeated.
I'm gonna give you a location.
You can knock me out with the footage. Show me the footage, and then I'll just pretend I'm knocked down. I'll say you won. Just show me the footage.
I'm gonna give you a location in the chat.
Kobe, come on, stop it, Kobe. Kobe, stop it.
Why you shook?
Kobe, stop it, Kobe.
Why you shook?
I am terrified, Kobe. Just show us 10 seconds of you fighting. Just 10 seconds. Because we don't believe you. We don't believe you're a fighter. We think that you're just a middle-aged dude with a bald head and a crummy beard who's working from home from your small flat in London. We just believe that you're an unattractive African who chases after white women and praises a white Jesus. We don't believe that you're a fighter, Kobe.
Jesus wasn't white.
We just believe that you're a dishonest person who's a Catholic and you worship a religion that's headquartered in Europe, which is the youngest population of humankind. We don't believe anything about you.
Say that again. Was Jesus white?
Your God on earth, the Pope, is headquartered in the Holy See. So let's stay on topic, Kobe. You're supposed to be giving us that 10 seconds.
Was Jesus white?
You got that 10 seconds for us?
Was Jesus white?
Kobe, do you have that 10 seconds of footage? Stop trying to distract. We're still looking for that 10 seconds of boxing.
No. I want to hear you.
Kobe.
So ignorant.
Kobe. Just give us that 10 seconds of boxing footage.
You're so ignorant. You're absolutely stupid. But listen,
So
If you want to run it,
if you've been boxing
when you
since you
come
were a
to
kid,
London,
how do you not have 10 seconds worth of boxing footage, Kobe? Can you
when you
explain
want to
that?
come to London, when you want to come to
No
London,
one
bring your
needs to
cameras,
come to London,
bring your
Kobe.
cameras, and we can run it.
Wait,
anytime.
hold on. Is your girl going to be there? Is your girl going to be there when I come?
Listen, you can come and we
Because
can
I
run
know
it
she likes bald
anytime.
head guys. I know she likes bald head guys.
Anytime.
I know she
Anytime.
likes bald head
How much
guys.
do you weigh?
So
How much do you
that's an
weigh?
advantage. Kobe,
Wait.
I'll make you a deal. Show me 10 seconds of footage and I'll tell you all my stats. I'll tell you my weight, my height, my wingspan. I'll tell you everything, Kobe. Just show me 10
You see how I
seconds
know you're a
of
coward?
boxing.
You see how I know you're a coward? Because me, I'll step into the ring with you any given day.
You
of
would
the week.
never,
I'm ready.
Kobe. You
ready.
won't even show me 10 seconds of footage. Why would we think that you'd step in a boxing ring with me? You'd never do that. You won't even show me 10 seconds of footage.
Wait, hold on. So wait, hold on.
You
When
won't
you're-
show 10
when you're
seconds of
cool,
footage.
Let's think about this practically.
It's very practical that you just give me a link and we can look at it. It's on your Facebook, it's on your Instagram, is it on YouTube? It's very simple. 10 seconds of footage. That's it.
So
That'll
wait,
squash
hold on.
the whole thing,
How
Kobe.
I see it is you want to get information on me and how I fight.
No, I don't need information, Kobe,
So
because
then
once
what
I see
you
the
wanna
10
fight
seconds,
now?
I'm going to be terrified. And then I'm going to tell you that you win.
You're a
I'm
coward.
promising you that
You're a
the 10
coward.
seconds is
You're a
going to be victory.
You're a coward.
Because once I see the 10
You
seconds,
see how
I'm not going to
asking-
challenge you.
I don't
I'm not going to
care
challenge you,
about-
Kobe.
I don't care about.
I'm
who you
already
think.
telling you that once I
don't
see the
care.
10 seconds, I'm going to be scared. So I'm not going to
Listen, I
challenge
told
you,
I'm not
Kobe.
professional. I'm not a professional boxer.
I'm not saying you're a professional, Kobe. I'm not
I've
saying that. I'm
boxed
just saying
in the amateur
that I'd
ranks,
like to see 10 seconds.
and
Can I just see 10 seconds?
I'm still clean. I'm still
Kobe,
clean.
Kobe, I'm not saying that you're a professional. I'm not even saying that I'm any good. I'm just saying, can I see 10 seconds?
Well, I know you're no good. I know you're no good.
Very
I know
good.
that for a fact.
May I
know
see
that
10
for a fact.
seconds, Kobe?
Because of the way you're talking.
Very good. Kobe, can I see 10 seconds?
No.
Come on, man. I'm just asking you very politely, man. Respectfully. I'm just
Right.
asking.
So
I'm asking very
This is not
politely.
going anywhere. I've asked
Kobe,
you several
Kobe,
times.
just
to
real
get back
quick,
on
Kobe,
topic.
Kobe, do
You
me a
wanna
favor,
be back.
man. Kobe, do me a favor.
If you're ever on my
Hold
side
on.
of the phone,
Kobe,
let me
stay
know.
with me,
You
Kobe.
can run it,
Kobe,
yeah?
stay with me,
Good
bro.
luck. And
Kobe,
educate yourself.
Kobe,
Educate yourself.
Kobe,
Yeah?
man, Kobe.
Go look into.
Kobe, hold on,
Go look
Kobe.
into Lee Strobel.
Kobe, hold on 1 second,
Go
Kobe.
look into
Kobe,
any of the
Kobe, man.
archaeologists or any of the historians or
Bro,
scholars. who
real
are
quick, man,
critical
real
of
quick.
Christianity,
Kobe,
what
Kobe,
they say.
dog.
Because even they will identify or say Christianity is a real
I hear
thing
you, Brody.
based on
I hear you. That's cool,
archaeological
man.
and historical evidence.
I hear
okay?
you, Brody. That's totally awesome. But real quick, do you mind if we just look at your boxing footage? 10 seconds. That's all I ask. And I'm
Man,
asking
shut
you,
up,
please.
You're a coward.
I'm asking you,
You're a
please. Please.
You're a coward.
Please, Kobe. Please. I have a paper towel. Kobe, may I please just see 10 seconds of your boxing footage? Kobe. Are you pulling it up right now? Kobe, are you pulling it up? Kobe. Oh, Kobe. Oh, Kobe. Folks, you got to commend me because I'm getting smarter. Previously you guys have seen me arrange fades and nobody ever wants to show up. They love talking tough on the live stream, but as soon as the live stream is over, they start DMing me like, oh, I can't make it and all this extra stuff. So I'm getting smarter. I'm realizing that these people are not like me. They're not from where I'm from. They're not men. They're weak. Now, I do want to go through this other beta mail. So stay tuned. Give me 1 sec. You took my water.